Perfect. The Philadelphia 76ers drop game one to the Boston Celtics by a final score of 109-101 here in the first round of the playoffs. The Celtics now lead this series 1-0, and I picked the Sixers to lose this game earlier on today in the pregame live. I expected the Sixers to come out lazy, but in fact, they did not come out lazy. They actually played a nice game, but at the end of the day, I am pissed off about this game. Let me tell you why, all right? Because the Sixers, what did I say earlier today? They had a chance to steal game one, and if they did, the entire momentum of this series shifts. The entire complexion of this series shifts. The Sixers had an easy chance to steal this game today and did not capitalize on the opportunity. Welcome into Sixers post-game live. I go by RB, Philly Take with RB. We cover every Sixers game pre and post-game live. If you're just tuning in, hit that like button, hit that subscribe, because I got some things to say, all right? We can talk about Jayson Tatum's career playoff high of 32 points. We can talk about Jaylen Brown's 29 points. But I'm the one thing, and I'm not trying to come on here and say that I know what I'm talking about. I'm just a fan watching like the rest of you. But I literally called this. Did I not call? I literally said Joel Embiid, who finished with 26 points tonight, 8 for 15 from the field, 16 rebounds and an assist, 2 steals and a block. Joel Embiid, I literally said he would come out and have 10 points early. He had 11. 5 for 5 shooting in the first quarter. And then Brad Stevens, the mastermind he is, or maybe just the simplistic guy he is, says, you know what? I got to adjust. He adjusted, and Joel Embiid got scared to go down in the paint in the second quarter. Okay, and it's not his fault. I mean, when he grabs the ball down in the paint, he starts getting swarmed by 3 guys. Brad Stevens made the adjustment. And you know what Brett Brown did? Nothing. He did not adjust. All right, there was fault tonight within the coach. There was fault within some of these players not stepping up. But overall, you got to make a damn adjustment, Brett. There is no reason why Joel Embiid should go 5 for 5 with 11 points in the first quarter and shoot the ball twice in the second quarter for a matter of 2 points. That cannot happen. Let's talk about this laziness, and we'll get back to that in a second. 11 turnovers in the first 18 minutes? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Now, there were some lazy passes going on, and some of our guys, and I understand, like a Shake Milton is younger, he gets rattled quickly. The Celtics' tenacious defense was all up in our grill. Once they adjusted to Joel Embiid, some of our younger guys got flustered because they were coming all up in our face. But 11 turnovers in 18 minutes of basketball just will not cut it. It simply will not cut it. I understand coming out in a series and not looking completely on point right away. But if you're Brett Brown, you got to call a damn timeout. I'm tired of these droughts with no timeouts. You call a timeout and you tell your players, pick it the hell up. Pick it up. That's just the least of my worries. The Sixers finished this game with, I believe, 21 turnovers, but had like 13 or 15 in the first half. You're not going to win games playing sloppy like that in the first half. Okay? Tobias Harris finished tonight's game with 15 points. I said he needs to play above his average of 18 or 19. It's not going to cut it. Tobias had some nice shots, but overall, we need more out of him when you're playing 39 minutes. Josh Richardson, 18 points, stepped up and had a nice game. 7 for 17 from the field. He had 6 rebounds and 2 assists. Al Horford, 6 points, is not going to cut it. Now, Al Horford stepped up on this game on defense. I like the way he was playing, and I will commend Brett Brown on the fact that he made the adjustment. All this talk about, is Matisse Thybulle going to start? Who knows? But right away, after 5 minutes of play, he goes to Matisse Thybulle, who, by the way, what an excellent defensive night from Matisse Thybulle, all over the field, disrupting 33 minutes play for Matisse Thybulle. He only had 5 points, but he did have a couple steals and a block, and he was all over his guys. For a first, career playoff game, Matisse Thybulle played well. I cannot be mad at him. Alec Burks had 18 off the bench. 6 for 15 from the field. Could have played better, but I didn't think the offense was running the right way, especially in the third and fourth quarter. Brett Brown saw that Joel Embiid and Al Horford together were not working that well once Brad Stevens adjusted. And he took Al out, and I thought, this is perfect. Brett made the adjustment. But what does he do? He starts the third quarter with those guys next to each other. Alec Burks doesn't come in until halfway through the third quarter, and by then, we are giving points back to the Celtics. Now, we ended up going on a 13-0 run at the end of the third quarter. When Al Horford came into the game, Joel Embiid started to get flustered a bit because he didn't know what the hell to do with Brad Stevens throwing a bunch of crap at him. He was trying to outlet to his shooters, and our guys were hesitating. Jay Rich was the only guy driving it into the rack, as well as Alec Burks when he was actually in. But Tobias is hesitating. Shake Milton was 2 for 3 in the first half. 3 shots, and he was getting torched on defense. 5 for 7, he finishes in this game with 13 points. 5 for 7. When Shake got the ball and let it fly, it goes in. Why? What? I understand he's young. He's getting flustered by the likes of a Jaylen Brown. But why is Shake Milton not shooting the ball more? I don't understand it. 7 shots, he makes 5. 3 for 5 from behind the arc. Shake Milton, Brett Brown needs to find ways to get him open more. I don't understand. And when he gets the opportunity, take it, young man. Mike Scott played 2 minutes in this game. Worthless, nothing. Furkan Korkmaz played 7 minutes and did not take a shot. He got the ball one time and tried to do a dribble around a screen and got plucked. It was not working. But overall, this game was just the lack of adjustments. And at the end of the day, what I literally watched about 50 times tonight was the Sixers either go under a screen and more so actually go over the screen. But like I said earlier on today, Joel Embiid and Al Horford just sit back on the screens. They don't come up and stuff the ball handler. So it's basically they either get stuck in between the guy and their man, or they just pull up for a free mid-range shot. Our pick and roll defense is absolutely toast. I said it in the preview video. If we continue to play pick and roll defense like this, we will not win a thing. And all we did tonight was the same thing. I saw about 2 or 3 plays where we actually came up on the screens when we had 2 guards, and Matisse and Jay Rich guarded it perfectly. But other than that, the Celtics did the same thing over and over and over. They continued to put Joel Embiid in the pick and roll in which Joe stayed back and let their shooters shoot wide open. That's why Jaylen Brown was on his game. That's why Tatum was on his game. That's why Kemba Walker got some free looks. Overall, the Sixers out-hustled the Celtics at times in this game. They ended up out-rebounding them, even though there were some crazy situations where the Sixers could have had easy rebounds, and it looked like Joel Embiid was gassed. It looked like his tank was empty. In the fourth quarter, Alec Burks had a key free throw opportunity. He misses. Joel Embiid is under the basket, has an easy tip-in, and either jumps too early or just does not have enough left in the tank. And ultimately, I guess he just ran out of gas. But overall, there was some sloppy play early on. Brett Brown failed to readjust. And honestly, that is why the Sixers lost this game. And overall, the Sixers got to be better. This was a game where the Celtics did not shoot that well. The Sixers were shooting 56% from the field at halftime and 39% from deep, while the Celtics were only shooting 43% from the field and 33% from behind the arc. And they finished shooting, the Sixers finished shooting 33% from behind the arc, while the Celtics shot 32% from behind the arc. Overall, in terms of shooting from the field, the Sixers shot 46% and the Celtics shot 42%. In all categories, at halftime and at the end of this game, the Sixers shot better from the field. It's just that the Celtics had more opportunities because of the crazy amount of turnovers by the Sixers, and the Celtics made use of their opportunities. And overall, the Sixers got to clean it up, man. But this was a game to steal. The Celtics, by far, were not on their best horse tonight. And the Sixers had an opportunity when they went on that run in the third quarter, and we let it slip. We went on a 4-minute and 45-second drought in the fourth quarter, in which we did not score a bucket. And I think 0 or 1 timeouts were called by Brett. Nothing was drawn up. I saw Tobias in iso ball absolutely squandered that opportunity. I'm seeing Alec Burks trying to run iso ball. Brett, call up a damn play, Brett. Unbelievable. Let this game slip right out of our hands. We should have won, man. What's going on, everybody? 86 people up in the chat. Sixers post-game live. That is my reaction to this game. We're going to talk about it a lot more in detail, but what are your guys' instant thoughts on this game? Let's see who's up in here, man. Unbelievable, bro. Unbelievable. Rye Deuces, what the hell? Jimmy J, Sixers shot better, more rebounds, more bench points, still lost. Tobias 5 for 6, 0 for 3 from 3. He's supposed to be our second option. Tobias disappeared, like I said. I mean, Tobias has to play above his level, and he disappeared tonight. It's not going to work. He hit some nice shots early on, but you're playing 39 minutes. What the hell, Tobias? Put up some damn points. And I know the offense isn't completely in his favor by the way we're playing, but it's just not good, man. It's just not good. This game pretty much shows why you guys absolutely miss Ben Simmons. Look, there was that mismatch. Like I said, I saw a lot of different looks early. I saw Matisse Thybulle do a pretty solid job on Jayson Tatum. I saw Jay Rich guarding these guys, doing what they could. I saw Tobias Harris guarding Jayson Tatum. There were a lot of different looks. Al Horford didn't play too bad on the defensive side of the ball. But ultimately, there was that mismatch, and we needed a guy like Ben Simmons tonight, and we just don't have him on defense. Celtics had a better game overall. I mean, they didn't play well, but they did enough to get it done, and they just played quicker, man. Like, they were on the break. Their shooters seemed to be in the right space. And once Brad Stevens adjusted to Joel Embiid, it's just, that was one of my keys. How would we react to that? And we reacted very poorly. Very poorly. Joel Embiid, that's another thing I forgot to mention. Why the hell, after the first quarter, is Joel Embiid catching the ball at the high post? Why is he all the way at the top of the arc taking threes? Like, no, you should not let that fear you that much to where you won't even go down low anymore. And I understand when him and Al Horford are on the floor at the same time, but Brett, you gotta see that that's not working. Them two together. Don't try to come in here and tell me they play well together on the court. They don't. They need their space down low. When Al Horford was by himself, you saw that 13-0 run. He was down there getting to a bucket and effectively passing out of double teams. And Joel did the same thing. But you gotta adjust, man. And you can't just pull Joel all the way up top. It just did not seem right to me. 16 offensive rebounds to the Celtics, 18 Sixers turnovers, and 10 less field goal attempts didn't help. Not at all, man. Not at all. Joshua Graves, what's going on, channel member? Way too many turnovers. Tobias didn't even feel like an option. What happened to playoff Al? Who knows, man? I thought Al did a lot better when he was on the court by himself. But Al's going to have to step it up. That technical, by the way, was a bunch of crap. I mean, he barely got hit, but I understand it. But still. And Tobias really just did not show up tonight. Boston adjusted. We did not. Poor defense on the Sixers. Absolutely agree. Continue to go under the screens, man. Crazy. Lost by 8 points with no Ben and had like 20 turnovers. I expected much worse. But the Celtics did not play that well either. They did not. That's why I'm saying this was a game for the Sixers to steal, and they blew the opportunity. We got to play much cleaner than this. We got to play much cleaner, and Brett has to adjust. I mean, we know Brad Stevens is going to do it. It's a simple adjustment. I'm watching it, and I know what to do. And I'm literally calling it as it happens, man. Got to take care of the ball, and we got this. What happened? Oscar Lou, what's going on? The thumbnails never gets old. Refs held their hands. By the way, the refs, I don't like to say they're the reason we won or lost. They were, again, garbage tonight. I mean, they seem like they're not that good for any of these teams, to be honest. But there were some calls that were just terrible. Terrible. Just bad. Thumbnail never gets old. Jungle Beat says pain. What's going on? B-Boy, what's good? Refs are a disgrace, is screaming A. Spain without the S. Martin says piss. We got all the instant reactions, man. We got 100 people up in the chat. Can we hit that like button, hit that subscribe? Let's get it to 100 likes, fellas. Every pre and post game we're up in here. I'm going to get your guys' thoughts and reactions. I pretty much gave my take on this game. It's a game that the Sixers should have won, and that's why it hurts. I didn't expect the Sixers to win. I didn't pick them. But at the end of the day, when the Celtics gave us the chance, we should have jumped on it, and we really had the opportunity and just did not capitalize, man. And I'm tired of watching the same old thing in the playoffs, man. Josh Gray says, without us turning the ball over, every other possession would have been a convincing win. We lost this game. Turnovers, PNR defense, no creativity on offense. Too many missed free throws. That's another thing, man. I'm glad you bring that up, bro. Let's check the free throws because at halftime, I'm sure I noted it down. The Sixers had 7 free throw attempts at halftime and made 4. We were shooting 57% from the line at halftime. And I told you guys, the Sixers need to shoot much better. I said better than 70%, which is what they shot a couple games ago. The Sixers finished this game shooting 78% from the free throw line, and that just cannot happen if you want to win a playoff game. It cannot happen. It just can't happen. Sixers had 50 rebounds, out-rebounding the Celtics, but on the offensive rebounds, the Celtics had more. I saw a lot of situations where Joel Embiid either didn't jump or mistimed his jump, and those hurt the Sixers, man. Those hurt. The Celtics had 12 steals in this game. Crazy, bro. 12 steals. And that contributed to a lot of the turnovers early on. BPY, what's going on? Fire Brett Brown says, fire Brett Brown. Self-explanatory. Eric R says, sup, what's going on, man? Matisse and Alec to the starting lineup. Again, Alec plays well, and Matisse played well in his first playoff game. I don't think he got into foul trouble early on. And Matisse Thybulle really just showed me that he has that edge. He has that competitive instinct to be a good defender, man. Hey, man, this front office needs to be clean out. They can't be blowing these leads. It's crazy, man. It's absolutely crazy. We had a chance when we went on that run to put our foot on the gas pedal and finish them off, and we did not. Crazy, man. Thoughts on a Smart and Embiid argument were that was a bad look on Embiid, to be honest. He shouldn't have done that. I knew it was going to get Marcus Smart fired up, and he's lucky that they didn't, cause a brawl. Now, if we want to get chippy, I don't mind it, but we got to back it up, man. We got to back it up. Crazy. Front office needs to be cleaned out. They can't be blowing these leads. Let me see. Tobias is a joke. All that money to look so bad. Joel is full of crap. Needs to step it up. Joel was doing unbelievable, but there's no explanation. Well, there is an explanation, and I literally said it in a pregame. You guys were here. I literally said Embiid would have 10 early, and Brad Stevens would adjust, and Brett needed to readjust, and he did absolutely nothing except bring Joel Embiid to the top of the key. And even I understand if Joel gets a little scared, he gets a little rattled because every time he catches the ball, they're suffocating him on the low block. But Brett, that's where you got to step in and say, get your ass back down there, and we are going to figure something out. We'll get you open off a play. We'll draw some more defenders out, but no. Nothing. He's looking for Al Lopez that aren't even there, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. Tobias Harris needs to step up, but it's going to be hard to win without Simmons. I mean, we're missing Ben Simmons. I tried to tell you guys. Without his defense, I mean, we're just not going to – it's hard. It's hard to guard Jaylen Brown and Jayson Tatum. Jaylen Brown seems to not miss any big shots, any clutch shots ever. -8 turnovers. End of the third had me worried. We had the game. And it's very tiring when you go through many playoff series and this is what you see. I mean, it happens every damn time, bro. The Celtics went 0 for 9 on their last 10 possessions of the third quarter. The Sixers had amped it up. They were bringing the energy. And then what happens? Brad Stevens calls a timeout and makes a little adjustment, and we can't do anything. We go on a 5-minute scoring drought in the fourth quarter, and nobody stepped up. And instead, we start running ISO ball. I don't understand, bro. If you're on a 5-minute scoring drought, what makes you go to your head and go to your clipboard and say, "Here, Tobias, you're going to do nothing. Everyone else sit still." Like, come on, bro. Terrible, bro. Terrible. Why are Harris, Burks, and Jay Rich taking more shots than Joe? That just can't happen. Joe needs to average 18 shots a game. 13 is not enough, in my opinion. I absolutely agree. He shot 15 times, 1 for 4 from behind the arc, and he literally shot 5 times in the first quarter and was unstoppable. And just because Brad Stevens throws something at him, we get all up in a tizzy, and Joel stops being Joel. And I understand it, but to shoot 2 times in the second quarter just will not – it just will not happen, man. Brett Clown said he's not interested in spacing. Well, that will be the demise of this team. I mean, it's just unbelievable, bro. It's literally unbelievable. I don't know how that happens. I mean, it's crazy. These comments are jumping. I'm going to try to hit them all, guys. Just comment again if I don't get to it. Look, man, a lot of people up in here. I'm trying to get to all these comments. How many excuses can we keep making for these guys? There's no excuses to make. It comes down to the system, and like I said, it's just getting the best out of your players, which obviously does not happen. And I understand now why the Sixers always go up on a big lead in the first quarter. It's because there's nothing to adjust to yet. But as soon as they adjust, the Sixers do nothing but sit back and I mean, did you guys noticed it, right? Look, let me say this too. Hold up. Please tell me if you are seeing this eye to eye with me. The first 5 possessions to Joel Embiid, he literally puts the ball down, dribbles once or twice, and puts it right in the hoop. They could not stop him. It did not matter. But he started to second guess himself. He started to hesitate. When he catches the ball, he's looking too long. He's looking for that other defender. He feels him on his back. And he just got flustered. And we hit our outlet passes, and a guy like Shake is hesitating to shoot until the second half. It doesn't make sense, bro. It does not make sense. Crazy. It's game 1. It is game 1. And look, by the way the Sixers played tonight, we actually played with more energy overall, I would say, than I expected. I mean, we had times in this game where we could have put our foot down and won the game. And that's crazy to say because this was a game we could have stolen. But look, man, adjustments need to be made. Realistically, do you think we can advance? I don't know, man. I mean, I picked us to lose this series. If we would have won this game, it would have been huge. This will go back and forth. You can see how this series is going to accumulate itself. I mean, it's going to be a tight series. But it comes down to the key moments. And the Sixers kind of just disappeared in them tonight. They did, man. Spotlight Sports Network was going on disappointed in his game. Toby, 15 on 15 attempts. Josh Graves, we couldn't take care of the ball. Doesn't matter if it's game 1, they have a closer advantage to win the series. Yeah, exactly. This would have been a huge statement game. It would have put the pressure on for the Celtics, but crazy, man. It's crazy how we let these opportunities slip away. 18 turnovers, 21 points off turnovers. It cannot happen, bro. It literally cannot happen. 7 turnovers for the Celtics in this game. That is what I call a disciplined basketball team, man. Disciplined basketball team. I just want to know. Obviously, Alec Burks is going to be our consistent guy off the bench. I'm almost thinking about starting him because Shake just doesn't look like he wants it bad enough. The Celtics look like they want it all game. As soon as they picked up that defensive intensity, they were just closing out on us, and we had no answer. I mean, the way they were able to rotate out on our shooters, it was crazy, man. It was absolutely crazy. RW says turnovers hurt us. We should have won. Al Horford's feet is like cement. It's crazy, man. He did okay on the low post in terms of defense, but when they tried to bring him out, I mean, he was getting beat by every time. He was getting blown by, bro. Crazy. We had this game. We should have won. Smokeless YouTube, what's going on? Brett throwing away the game. Get this man out of Philly. I mean, it's tiring at this point. With a better coach, we win this game. I mean, there's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it in my mind. Sixers started 7 for 8 from the floor. We were only up by a couple points after the first quarter. We were up by 1 point after the first quarter because of all the turnovers. I mean, we are shooting that well in the first quarter, and we can't even build a sizable lead. It's crazy. We need players like the hustle players on Boston, Jaylen, and that rugged combo guard. It's crazy, bro. All they did was go around screens. That's literally all they did. And either Embiid sat back or he got caught in the middle. It's really what happened, man. Trade everyone not named Embiid and Simmons on this team and fire Brett Brown and Elton Brand. The Nets aren't the Celtics, bro. Al Horford's primal speech was the best thing about this game. This team kills me. 4 for 4. What's going on, bro? How you doing? I know you're probably pissed about this like I am. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. Same old story. And it's only game 1, but how can I be optimistic other than the fact that the Celtics really did not play their A game today? I mean, they did not play their A game by any means. They shot 32% from behind the arc and only 42% from the field. I mean, we got to win this game, man. They had 90 shots in this game. Crazy. Should have won the game. If Ben was still playing, we would have won this game. I think we would have won this game with Ben. Maybe, bro. Ryan Rowe, what's going on? Lucas, we need to start Tease. It's definitely something to talk about. I honestly would not play Joe and Al next to each other anymore. I really can't do it. I just can't do it anymore, bro. I really can't. When is Ben coming back? I don't think he is. 18 turnovers and 61 combined from Tatum and Brown. Shaking my head. Tease had Tatum 2 for 8, though. Tease played well, I'm telling you. In his first game, he stepped up, man. Shout out to Philly Mike up in the building. Thibault did a good job on Tatum, but he cooked him for 32. He was not on him for the entire 32. I thought Tease actually played a decent game today, to be honest. I mean, he was making things happen. He was getting us out on the break. Had a nice block on Tatum to begin with. Embiid fitting the narrative of being, I can't figure out whether it's they just give up. I mean, I don't know if Embiid was tired, but like I said, in the third and fourth quarter, he had multiple occasions in which we needed to get rebounds, and he did not. He played 37 minutes. It looked like he was gassed. I remember one possession he came out, immediately sat down, huffing and puffing. It's bad, man. It's bad. As a Celtics fan, I was sweating during the game. We defended Joe, but it opened up threes for Burke, Milton, and Josh. You guys defended him well after the first 5 minutes because you made the adjustment and Brett fails to readjust. And it's like the same old story, bro. It's crazy. Everyone in here right now, hit that like button if you can. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Leave your thoughts and comments. Give me questions, whatever. We're talking about this game, man. Shout out to everyone up in the post-game stream, man. I need a mental health break from this team. I feel the same way. It's like the same old thing. It's like the same old thing, bro. Maybe this is best for the whole city that we just lose the series so we can finally get a real head coach. And I honestly think a lot of Sixers fans are starting to feel this way. I really do. I'm in no way saying Hayward's injury was good, but it definitely was a tough loss for Boston and his one less wing to guard. Yeah, that did not look like a good injury, but who knows, man? We'll wait for the update. But either way, it's just like it's not even talent. Like, I feel like the Sixers have enough talent, maybe even without Ben, to at least compete with this team. It's how we play. Like, I'm telling you guys, no one on that team could stop Joel. He had 26, and to be honest, kind of disappeared after the first quarter. I mean, he had 11 in the first quarter, had 15 the rest of the game, but Joel Embiid, if we adjust properly, can put up 40 a game. But it's how we play, man, even on defense. Crazy. Lionel Robinson's my thoughts is that we're done for the playoffs. It's man. I'm upset for Hayward and the Celtics, even though I'm a Sixers fan. It's never easy to lose. Do we have an update on this injury? Let me know. It's not even that we lose games the fashion we lose. Exactly. It's how we lose. Going up on a 13-0 run at the end of the third quarter, and letting them come right back and go on a 5-minute drought. We just didn't want it bad enough in the second half. We just did not want it. Refs sucked. Free throws sucked. To be fair, the refs were awful. They were terrible. I mean, I'm not going to say it's why we lost, but they were terrible. What happened to the sense of urgency with 2 minutes left in the game? I don't understand why. Bro, I'm saying the same thing. And I don't get it. How Brett Brown, honestly, with like 4 minutes left, we have like 3 timeouts. No timeouts are called. He used one with 10 seconds left in the game when we were down 8 points. What is the point of saving that? You could have used that timeout beforehand, but instead we come down. I'm seeing guys hand off the ball, not knowing what to do, really not knowing. We hand it to Tobias, and he goes to the wing and tries to get past, who was it? I think it was Jaylen Brown. He's ISO'd up trying to get past Jaylen Brown, shoots a bad shot that hits off the front of the rim. I mean, it's where are the plays in crunch time? Who are the guys that are going to step up? I did not like the offensive philosophy in the second half. I really did not. I did not. Just give the ball to Joe. He's going to score 50. There's no one to stop him. Look, Joel Embiid, I'm telling you, why did I don't understand. After he got more pressure applied to him, like, I don't know if it's himself or there's no discipline or Brett won't instruct these guys, but Joel Embiid started to catch the ball at the top of at the perimeter and was shooting threes and was not attacking down low. Now, some of the time, like I said, him and Al Horford were together down in the paint and there just was not enough room. But there were other occasions, like I said, in the second quarter, it was just bad. How do you come out that strong and disappear in the second quarter? That can't happen, bro. That can't happen, man. Even though my Celtics took game 1, I didn't like this game, and the refs are bad. Yeah, the refs were terrible, and like I said, the Celtics should feel good about this because they came out and snuck out a game which they honestly should not have won, in my opinion. I really think this was the game for the Sixers to win, to kind of steal and shift the series, and we did not capitalize. Celtics fan here, I felt like the Sixers just stopped the last 2 minutes. This is interesting you say this because the last half of the fourth quarter, even the third quarter, I'm looking up and I'm like, damn, the Sixers are now getting torched. We keep going over screens and no help, or we're going under, giving them shots. And I'm looking up and it's still a 5-6 point game. And I agree with you. Like, where was it? Like, the Celtics just seemed to want it more. They just seemed to want it more. 100 people in here and 50 likes. Come on, y'all. Let's get it up to 100 likes, man. Every Sixers pre and post game we're up in here. We got 115 people up in a chat. Let's get it up to 100 likes, man. It doesn't matter what team you support, man. We're out here grinding, talking, going back and forth, man. I love the sports insight. It's not the front office, bro. It's the coach. Crazy. Celtics fan here. Matisse needs to start for y'all. Him and Embiid are your energy guys, and fire Brett all love. Shout out to you. Respect for your opinion coming up in here. Brett I'm tired of it, man. I'm really just disgusted at this point. Like, how do you, look, I'm not saying I am qualified to be a head coach, but it's crazy how I'm sitting at home and literally on the pregame show, and I'm calling what's going to happen. Now, it wasn't all his fault. Like I said, there were times, honestly, in the second and third quarter where our shooters are catching outlets and they're hesitating to shoot. Like, why? Again, Shake Milton. I get he's young. And you might look at his stat line, 13 points and 3 assists, and say he had a good game for his first playoff game. But no, he was 5 for 7, but had many opportunities to shoot. And every time he shot, it was going in. So why are you hesitating? Why are you hesitating? They're coming at you crazy. They're coming at you with a lot of pressure, but Brett Brown's got to do something to get these guys open. It seemed like the Celtics were getting their guys open. It seemed like they were getting open, man. For all those people that are mad at Embiid, Brett Brown didn't give any plays to Embiid when he had his 5 fouls. That as well. I think we got Tice in foul trouble, and that would be the perfect time to go down there and attack. And we do nothing. We do nothing. Nobody's talking about Alec missing that free throw. I did speak on that originally. And look, man, again, Alec misses that free throw. We are down, I think, 4, right? We're down 4 or 5 points. And Joel Embiid had an easy tip. And I mean, these guys are up to here. Hold on. These guys are up to here on Joel Embiid. And he literally had an easy tip in and jumped too early. And it looked like he had no gas left in the tank. And really, it's crazy, man. It's a wrap, dude. All she wrote. You didn't watch the game. Matisse didn't get cooked. Tatum only scored twice on. He's not talking to me. Matisse had a great game, man. Matisse had a great game. Got a bunch of people spamming up in the chat. Fire Brett Brown. Yeah, stop spamming, bro. Stop spamming this account right there. Jeff Fishkin, what's going on? Says fire Brett Brown. This was your best chance to get a win, only getting uglier. I don't agree with that. I think the Sixers will bounce back in game 2 because we show now. I mean, we have the talent to beat this Celtics team, to be honest. We do. It's just how we adjust, man. It's just how we adjust. Jersey boy, what's going on? We had too many turnovers in the first half. The game was there for us to take. Don't understand why no post-ups in the second half. I absolutely agree, bro. Absolutely agree. It blows my mind, bro. It blows my mind. Sixers miss Butler and Redick. I absolutely missed them because I knew JJ would step up and be that guy to consistently give us the threes that we needed, man. But starting lineup should be Shake, Richardson, Tease, Toby, and Embiid. I'm honestly thinking about a lineup change at this point. I really am. I understand. I probably still want Alec Burks to be that sixth man to provide that that surplus of scoring off the second unit. But at this point, man, I think Al Horford should run with the other guys. I really do. And I think T should be in the starting lineup because he was able to disrupt them at least for a good amount of times in this game. As a Celtics fan, I'm happy for the victory, but how did you spend 4 minutes without scoring? Yeah, they did it, and then we did it right after. We had a chance to put them out, man. We had a chance. Crazy, man. Crazy. Fighting for daylight. Where will we get a new coach from? Only bad coaches are free because no one's giving up a good coach. I mean, there's a lot of guys you can look at. There's guys that do there's guys like Mark Jackson and Van Gundy. That's a talk for another time, but right now, our coach needs to figure it the hell out. I mean, you literally have tape from years ago of Brad Stevens doing things to adjust and out-coach you, and you do nothing. Nothing. I mean, Embiid, honestly, with the way he was going in the first quarter, I knew they would adjust, but I thought Brett Brown would come up with something instead of taking him out of the paint, and I just don't get it, bro. I don't get it. Imagine Brad Stevens with Embiid and Simmons. They would be unstoppable. They would be unstoppable. Coaching advantage goes to Steven hands down. Joe looked tired in the second half. He's losing rebounds and couldn't. Exactly what I'm saying, man. I think he was just gassed. And I don't know, man. Can we talk for a second about Mike Scott and Korkmaz? Really didn't play at all. I mean, I understand why our guys were tired. And Jay Rich stepped up and hit some clutch shots late. But, man, it's – honestly, I really think it's the way that we were playing against the Celtics offense, man. Like, why do we continue to play the same pick and roll defense? You guys notice. That's all they did was pick and rolls. That's literally all they did. It's crazy, man. Crazy. Maybe 3 losses away from the end of Brett Brown. That's a positive. That we are 3 losses away from the end of Brett Brown. If he loses this series, I mean, there's literally no way he's staying. There's no way. And tonight there were some positives with how how some of these guys like Burks and Thibault stepped up off the bench. Like, if we just make some simple adjustments, if we play the pick and rolls right and just make a few adjustments here and there, we probably win this game. And I don't get it, man. I mean, Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown are constantly torching your team, and we do nothing. I don't get it, bro. Like, there was no, like, if Jayson Tatum is going around a screen or setting up iso ball, right? Or if Jaylen Brown is operating around a screen, or if Kemba's operating around a screen, whatever, how do you not tell your center to come up? Like, why are we just sitting in the paint? It doesn't make sense. I told you they have 4 athletic guards / wings that can literally torch you from that exact spot. And we continue to let them. There were a few times like a guy like Matisse was actually able to get back, but we either got a bad foul call or something like that, because it's just hard to fight around a screen and get back to your man. I mean, that's just the truth of it. Damien says, hit the like button. Hey, we got 130 people up in here. Let's get it up to 100 likes, man. Shout out to everyone up in the chat. Celtics, Sixers fans, whoever you guys are. I love talking basketball. I love talking Sixers, man. This is going to be a good series. Like I said, this is going to go down to the wire. But I just would have loved to get this game, because it's not like we played hard and we're outclassed. We played hard, but didn't make the adjustments needed. And given all the sloppy turnovers early on, it just, I don't know, man. We should have won this game. Lost 134 to the Raptors. Deserve to get swept. Yeah, man. Area 76 says face palm. I mean, if you were watching this game, you knew down at the end of the third quarter we had a chance to win this game, honestly. Rachel J says Doris Burke was coaching all the way from the broadcast room better than Brett Brown was on the sideline. That's what I'm saying. I mean, other people see this straight up, and it's crazy how our coach does not see it. Embiid missed a couple clutch free throws. Yeah, we shot 77%? I just said earlier. 78% from the free throw line. That you can't do that if you want to win a playoff game, bro. It's not going to happen. Crazy, man. Crazy. Post-game commentator are all blaming Brett for not forcing the ball. Yes. I mean, I'm saying the same thing. He was frustrated because plays were called for Tobias out of timeouts. Jim Lynam was heated, as he should be. As he should. He will tell it how it is. And the Sixers, honestly, why do you stop feeding a high hand? Why Brad Stevens hits you back with an adjustment? Literally, I honestly think Brad Stevens did it on purpose. I think he let Joel Embiid get those quick points. And then as soon as he made the adjustment and started to choke him out at the low block, Joel didn't know what to do. And Brett Brown did nothing to help him out. And even when our shooters were hesitating, it's not like Brett, made an on-the-fly adjustment or called a timeout and got his guys riled up or nothing. It's just the same old flow of the game. And when Joel went out and Al Horford came in and knew what to do, and he wasn't attracting the same type of pressure as Joel Embiid down low, we went on a big run. And then Al Horford got a tech, got taken out, and there goes that. Joel was visibly hot that he did not touch the ball with a minute left except to heave it. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. We know what to do. And Brett does the exact opposite. He does the exact opposite. Brett's going to win the series with Hayward out and less than 5 turnovers next game. We lost. We smell blood. Go Sixers. Shout out to my guy. Woo! A lot of comments up in here. Shout out to everyone. Shout out to Philly Talk Podcast. My guy, Philly Mike. Let's get up on a post game for game 2. I'm out. Appreciate you being up in here, my guy. 150 people up in here right now. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe. We could definitely get something in, my guy. Appreciate you for tuning in. I'm sure you just did a post game as well. So shout out to you. My guy, Philly Mike. Check him out if you have not yet. Let's see. 82 likes. 82 likes. We got almost 150 people up in this chat. I'm expecting it to get bigger each and every game. We got 91 likes up in the chat. Let's get it up to 100, fellas. Look, you get unbiased reporting here. I tell it how it is, and we discuss this game. That's what we do up in this chat, man. Yeah, just keep coming in with your thoughts, man, because look, I just can't be happy with this game tonight. Even though I picked against the Sixers, we had a chance to win, bro. We had, and the Sixers will probably come back and win the next game. To be honest, they probably will. They probably will. But there's just certain situations where you got to step the hell up, man. You got to step up. Let me see, because I took a whole bunch of notes this game. I feel like I covered everything. That Embiid step back three, by the way, in the first quarter was ridiculous. But after that, I don't get why we kept him out there. Crazy. Alec Burks came in immediately, hit a three. Thibault hit his first shot, made an impact. Those guys are going to have to step up. And I love the way that they played today. Fire Brett Brown says road to 3K. Hey, man, appreciate the support. Everybody up in here. Look, I try to keep it as real as possible. Brett Brown says, I'll start Howell Neto in game 3 and he'll play 30 minutes. So he probably will. Hayward left the arena in crutches is not looking good. I think if T scars Tatum and B does his thing and we chose turnovers, think we got this. That makes it a lot easier because now you don't have that weird mismatch with Al Horford trying to guard a wing. So if Hayward actually is out, then the Sixers honestly might have a chance to take a couple in a row, man. They might have a chance, but I'll wait to hear the update to see what happens. But honestly, even with Hayward, we had a chance to win this game, bro. Even Doris on the sidelines talking about what they should do. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Doris Burke for the next coach. Brett can't throw out another disgusting lineup like Burks, Furkan, Matisse, Scott, and Horford again. I saw that lineup and I was very confused. Overall, the only other lineup I really did not like one was not bringing in Alec Burks quickly in the third quarter. But other than that, it was more so just Al and Joel together. I mean, I try to tell you guys, they are not good. They're not a good fit on the offensive side of the ball next to each other. It's just not going to happen. They looked good at certain points, but overall, it kind of hurt the Sixers. It really hurt. The way that the Celtics, honestly, I got to give them credit. The way they were able to close out on our shooters. I know our guys were hesitating because they were young and inexperienced, but just the way the Celtics defense was like, they were on it, man. Maybe it's just the fact of playing with athletic guards, but it's unbelievable the way they were able to close out on us. And I said, can we hit contested shots versus a playoff defense? The last couple games, Sixers, we haven't been playing playoff defenses. We saw what it did today. Brett Brown coached a good game. He adjusted really well. Give him another year. I disagree with that. I disagree. That is the reason we lost. He did not adjust. To Brad Stevens adjusting to Joel Embiid. Brad Stevens instantly saw Joel go 5 for 5 with 11 points and instantly started to shove defenders down his throat and push him off the low block. And as he did that, Brett Brown did nothing to help that out except bring Joel up to the key and let him hand it off, dribble handoffs, and nothing else. And again, I'll continue to say it. I saw too much ISO ball with Tobias Harris and Alec Burks. Alec Burks is a guy, you give him a screen at the elbow, Alec Burks is going to pull up and hit a jump shot. Alec Burks even missed the jump shot from the elbow. But you know what he did? He went in and got his own rebound and put it back in. Ah, man. Shake should go to the bench. I think Shake should go to the bench. I don't think Alec Burks should start because I love him on that second unit, but Shake just doesn't have it. And Brett's not going to help him out in any way. I mean, the Sixers held the Celtics to 20 points in the third quarter and went on a 13-0 run. If you tell me that, before this game, if you tell me the Celtics will score 20 points in the third quarter and the Sixers will hold them to a 13-0 run in which they go 0 for 9 on their last 10 touches of the third quarter, I would say the Sixers are going to win this game. Crazy, man. If we don't do something quick, we will get swept. You can book it. Without Simmons or any shooters, the Sixers are not winning anything. The Sixers still shot better than the Celtics. It's crazy. Just the Celtics had a lot more touches because of the turnovers. Sixers are cursed, of course, when we finally have a point who can shoot. Ben suddenly gets hurt for the season. Crazy, right? Isn't it crazy? It's just certain things that just anger you when you feel like you're watching this. Like, it's like watching the same TV show 50 times, like, or just anything, the same thing 50 times. You just know the outcome, and it's just, how are we going to get to that outcome? Milton, Burks, Jay, Rich, Allen, and Embiid. Brett said he doesn't like having 4 shooters around Embiid. Brett doesn't know what to do. He doesn't know. There were 2 plays almost back-to-back where Horford was posted up and Smart came in, doubled, and easily read the pet. Yes, Horford used to be such a smart player in Boston. Exactly. And in the third quarter, I know exactly what you're talking about. It was flawless, and Shake Milton hit a 3 off of that outlet pass. Joel started to second-guess himself and started to get flustered. But when Al hit Shake on the outlet pass, he hit the 3. And Al, that was the one point in this game where Al really stepped up, and I said, this is playoff Al. This is playoff. Even that, you guys know what I'm talking about, that defensive possession he had on Jayson Tatum, it was his best play of the game. He maintained his ground and ended up blocking Jayson Tatum. That was the best Al Horford of this game. And then he got taken out after that. And it just went downhill. Edward Thompson says, how can we all see this team play and see the same issues, but Brett Brown doesn't? If he does, why not change things? I love the Sixers, but not sure I want to see any more of it. Go Eagles. It's crazy, man. At this point, I'm just like, get him out of here, because we have too much talent here to be putting out playoff performances like this. Like, we should have won the game. The PNR defense hasn't changed for years. It's not going to change. It's his philosophy. I guess it's what he believes in. I just don't understand when it constantly kills your team night in and night out. Why not change anything? Why? I think the players shouldn't listen to Brett's defense. It continues to get us killed. We either go under the screens and they get a 3, which is what we were doing more over the bubble games, but now we're going over the screens. It's just our secondary guy doesn't step up, and it gives him a free shot. And you got 4 athletic guards. I mean, really, what are we going to do? What are we going to? That's all they did. They didn't feed it into Daniel Tice and say, here, go to eat on Joel Embiid. That's all they did, bro. Daniel Tice had 9 points in this game. Tatum started slow, but heated up, had 19 in the first, 32 points overall. The Celtics bench really didn't do anything. Smart went 0 for 5 from the field. His defense was up in there, all feisty and everything. But overall, the bench did not do much for the Boston Celtics. Their highest scorer off the bench was Brad Wanamaker with 4 points. How does that happen? How? It's sad. We got 160 people up in the chat, guys. Hit the like button for me. Hit the subscribe. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I'm going to try to get to all the comments. We do every Sixers pre and post game, so shout out to everybody up in here. As a Celtics fan, I feel bad for you guys. GG. Respect. Dude, I think one of our top priorities should be re-signing Burks. He's probably the best 6-man we've had. It's crazy, and it took him. I heard a quote during the game where they said, Brett Brown said, everybody has a guy like Alec Burks. Well, you think so, Brett? Well, how come it took you so long to know that Alec Burks is that guy? I mean, it's crazy, bro. Brett's postgame interview wasn't bad, made some smart points, just doesn't like he takes initiative or is a good leader. He's not a good leader. He's a friend of the players. And overall, Brett Brown, I can't even listen to him talk because he says a lot and says nothing at the same time. He says the simplest thing with the biggest words. The Sixers have talent, though. I saw this last year. It should not have gone 7 games, but because of the situation, it allowed Brett to stay another year, but he should be gone. He really should be gone at this point, man. It's crazy. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. Shout out to all the people up in the chat right now, man. Trying to get to all these comments. Hey, we got a new channel member up in the house. Shout out to Chris DeMayo up in the building. New member of the Fire Take Squad. Hold on. Let me get the air horn out for him, baby. It's late at night, but who cares? Who cares? Hold up. Hold up. Yes, sir. Shout out to Chris DeMayo, newest member of the Fire Take Squad, baby. We're up to 10 members now. And now I can go ahead and give us some more emojis as well. A lot of cool content coming to the channel. Members, shout out to all the channel members. The link is in the description if you guys want to check it out. I know I'm giving a lot of exclusive content and perks for becoming a member to this channel. Shout out to Chris DeMayo. Appreciate you, my guy. Appreciate you. But yeah, I feel like I covered this game very much in detail. We're almost an hour in. We still got 165 people up in here. Give me your guys' questions. Give me your thoughts, man. What do you guys think was the killer of this game? Do you think Joel Embiid, do you think it was his fault that he was sitting up at the top of the key, in the second half? Or was it Brett Brown not taking initiative, not drawing up plays, not going through the X's and the O's and finding ways to get our young guys comfortable in their setting? What do you guys think, man? Let's see. Gordon's probably going to be done for the series. He has to leave soon for the birth of a new kid in September anyways. Interesting. Hey, once I get an update, we'll see, man. But if Gordon's out, the Sixers defense will be much more accustomed to playing and a lot stronger. But still, man, it's the way we adjust. It's the way we adjust. Embiid should have had 40 tonight with the way he played in the first. Brett Brown doesn't trust his bench players in the clutch. I don't think he does. It's just Brett Brown. Incoming sweep. Celtics didn't even play that well. They did not play well at all. And like I said, this was a game that the Sixers should have won. We win this game. The Celtics are mad at themselves, and they're saying, we played terrible. We got to bounce back next game. Now they're saying we played terrible and we're still up 1-0. Crazy, man. And again, I appreciate everyone's insight up in here, no matter what team you're from. We're just talking sports. This is my live game reaction, so I'm looking at the stuff just like you guys are. So I appreciate all of the insight. Keep it coming, fellas. 170 up in the chat. Give Mike Scott Korkmaz minutes. Korkmaz was so scared he's not ready. He came in and on about 3 plays got torched on defense. Didn't take a shot and was gone like that. Can't happen. I mean, I expected Korkmaz to either come out and hit shots or go 0 for 5. I didn't expect 0 for 0. I didn't expect 0 for 0 for Furkan Korkmaz. Alec Burks only played 28 minutes. He got more than Shake, but still, I think Alex should have played more because I don't know about you guys, but I feel so comfortable with Alec Burks running this offense. I just do. I feel very comfortable. Rosario Frank says Sixers should hire Doris Burke, goes Celtics. How are only 87 likes and 130 people? We got 175 up in his chat, 180 up in his chat. We got to have 100 likes by now. Shout out to everyone up in here, man. We're going to be live every pre and post game for the Sixers. We got 114 likes up in the chat. Shout out to you, fellas. Appreciate everyone up in here giving me your thoughts. Corey Dennis says you can see how involved Brad Stevens was during the game and how Brett Brown stands there. It's crazy. I'm telling you guys, we lost this game after going up on a 13-0 run and letting them come back, and we go on a 5-minute scoring drought and have nothing to show for it on offense, man. I saw this stat. Let me know what you guys think about this. And this was on the TV during the game. I definitely wrote it down. In a best-of-7 series between the Sixers and the Boston Celtics, listen closely. In a best-of-7 series between these teams, 12 out of 14 times, the winner of Game 1 has gone on to win the series. It's pretty crazy, right? What do you guys think about that? What do you guys think about that? Celtics went on an 18-5 run. That's what it was. It was a 9-0 run and an 18-5 overall run in the fourth quarter. It's crazy. It's like it's a broken CD at this point. I don't get it. In money time, I don't trust anybody but Joe. I'll be honest. I agree. We just dribbled for 45 seconds of the last 2 minutes of the fourth quarter. So many wasted opportunities. No urgency, bro. No urgency. Philly's known for our heart. Where is it? Chucky Brown. I agree. Where is it? Where is the will when it comes down to crunch time? Where's the will? Embiid mentally gives up. Maybe he's just gas. I don't know, man. I'm still trying to figure it out. I have a feeling if they fire Brett, they'll sign Jim Boylen. If they do that, I renounce my rights to being a Sixers fan. I will never make a Sixers video again if we hire Jim Boylen. Crazy. If patterns are a thing, we'll always lose first game. Good. Look, guys. I said this in pregame. The Sixers have lost 6 of their last 7, now 7 of their last 8 opening games of playoff series. But this one, it wasn't like the last couple. They actually came out and were playing okay. We should have won this game. Maybe we just don't have enough. But I don't know. I can't just say that right now. I can't, because even without Ben Simmons, we came out to a good start. But it's always the adjustment phase where the Sixers tend to go down. Marcus Smart had our players shook. He played a good game. Yeah, on a defense side of the ball, like I said, on offense, the Celtics bench gave them nothing, and they were still able to take advantage of us. Tatum played 41 minutes, 10 for 21. Sheesh. Even Kemba went 7 for 16. I didn't even see that like that. I just felt like the whole offense ran through Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown, and mostly them going around screens or isoing us at the top of the key. Honestly. Only way Sixers win in the series is Brett Brown turns into Nick Nurse or Brad Stevens, and he's not going to. I've seen it too many times. I'm rooting for you guys. I think Thibault needs to start. He guarded Tatum well. I do too, but don't be mistaken. If he comes in and he's running against the first unit, they're going to be able to close out on him well. Again, it comes down to the urgency. Our shooters got to stop hesitating and just put it up, man. Just put it up. Boston bench is trash. Marcus might have to start. Boston's depth suffers without Hayward. I do agree with that, and it's definitely a big hit. We definitely need a guy like Jimmy who can motivate and lead the team on the court. That again, I've said this all year. That is why I miss Jimmy Butler. That is why I miss Jimmy, because he was that guy. When Brett wasn't there to do it, Jimmy Butler was there to do it, man. Not even making a joke. You and probably everyone in chat could coach better than Brett. Guys, I mean, go back and watch the pregame after this stream. I literally called a lot of what was going to happen. I said Tatum would have 34, had 32. I said Joel would start out hot, and then Brad would readjust, and it was about Brett readjusting to that. Didn't do it. I said our shooters might, get shaky. I'm not trying to say I know everything. I don't see everything. But I see the simple things, and it's crazy, man, how Brett does not. It's crazy. We got 200 people up in the chat, fellas. If you can, just hit that like button for me. Helps push this out and gets a lot of other cool Sixers and other fans up in here as well. I love talking with you guys. I do. I love these pre and post games. Pre and post game, every single game of this series. It's going to be a lot of fun. I think the Sixers can bounce back in game 2. I honestly think the Sixers will win game 2. Especially if Hayward's down, man. Especially if he's down. We should never watch Tobias Harris ISO in the fourth. He's not Jimmy. Just run that play for Embiid. Do I even have to say anything else? I mean, it's self-explanatory. Bro. These guys don't respect Brett. He doesn't know what to do in the crunch situations. He tries to put together a formula for something that's so damn simple, bro. Something that's so simple. They stink. Don't get your hopes up. Just pray they fire Brett Brown. Honestly. I love all these comments coming in. I'm trying to get to them all. Embiid 101 says we need to learn to pass it to JoJo. I mean, he's got to get down low as well. He's got to get down low. I mean, I just don't understand it sometimes. Like, something's working. Obviously, the other team's going to do something about it unless you're Brett Brown. Just figure out a way, man. Figure out a way. Tatum era is upon us. Look, man, Tatum's a baller, man. I'm not going to take that away from him. But a lot of his shots were easy buckets because the Sixers pick and roll defense is atrocious. It's a recurring theme. Start Matisse and play him on Tatum. I'm probably starting Matisse if I'm Brett next game. I'm probably starting him. I mean, he saw it after 5 minutes. That's why he took Al out and put Matisse in. But I just don't get why in the third quarter you go back to Joe and Al. Why do you do it? Why? Nina Alston, what's going on? Appreciate you being in here. We need Tobias to be more productive on offense. 180 million, he needs to be scoring 20 plus every night. Exactly. He's not going to be that max player, but at the end of the day, like I said, he can't score 15. He can't score his average of 18, 19 a game. He's got to score 20, mid-20s if we want to win. I just don't get – I mean, there was even one play where Tobias I forget what happened, but I think a screen opened up or something, or he found his way into the rack, and he puts up a little, floater or layup, and he hits the front rim. Like, how does that happen if you're getting paid that much money? How, bro? Too many turnovers again. Absolutely ridiculous. Like I said earlier, 11 turnovers in the first 18 minutes of the game. How does that happen, bro? It's bad. It's bad. We're kind of lucky Celtics missed many open threes, especially Tyson Smart in the second half. Celtics missed every mid-range and three, but they kept getting second chance attempts. Great. It's crazy. The Celtics, look, if the Sixers were coached right, we would have won this game by 20. If the Celtics were on, shooting-wise, they would have won this game by 20. I mean, it just is what it is, bro. I'm just trying to keep it as real as possible in here. Celtics had 18 points off of the fast break. The Sixers had 8. We just play too slow, and we can't do it without Ben Simmons. But and there were also some plays in this game I saw where, Embiid's on the floor, nothing's called, and we just don't get back in time. We're too slow to even transition for defense. I hate it. I hate it. James says, if I'm Joel, I'm going to management saying, if you want to keep me around, you need to fire Brett. I feel so bad. Even when he drops 26, his team still can't get the win. And he should have had 40 tonight. He should have. But again, after the first quarter, where does he go? Jaylen Brown was fire. The quote that best describes Brett Brown is saying, how long is a piece of string? That is what our head coach says. You know what Brad Stevens does? I saw this one play where I think it was Daniel Tice who was complaining, endlessly about a foul. I saw Brad Stevens almost rip his hair off on the sideline. He's saying, get back. I literally watched it. I'm watching Brad all the way out in the court screaming at his guys. You know what Brett Brown does? Says nothing. Calls a timeout and does his little trot out to the free throw line, turns around, starts writing nothing on his clipboard, and then walks back to the bench. It's what happens. Brad Stevens said without Ben Simmons, the Sixers were the best offense in the league. Brett Brown says, how long's a piece of string? That should tell you right there. Shout out to Eric for the quote. I'm a Celtics fan. Your problem is that Embiid has his head down when he's walking down the court. Celtics see it all day, plus Brett's terrible. Don't know how to teach Joel. Exactly. And I respect your input, bro, from a Celtics fan. The day after the season's over, if you don't hear Brett is fired, we are in trouble. If there's any other outcome, I just can't take it anymore. I can't take it. Shout out to all 220 up in the chat, guys. Every pre and post game, we are live. Channel memberships are available as well. Links in the description. Hit that like button if you're up in here. And if it's your first time and you like the content, man, we'll be up on here all the time. Hit that subscribe. Shout out to you guys. As a Celtics fan, I would say Grant was a pace difference maker in the fourth. They brought guys in, and I mean, it doesn't show up on the stat sheet, but honestly, I just think as a whole, the Celtics just played a lot harder. They wanted it. Isaiah says Tobias needs to step up. Did not like his play, but I blame Brett for most of the offensive awkwardness, but we could have won if we didn't turn over the damn ball. Agree with everything you said, my guy. How do you think the next game is going to go? I think the Sixers are going to bounce back well, and we'll probably dominate. We'll have a good game. We'll win. But still, I think it'll be more because of the talent. I don't know, man. Brett's got to step it the hell up. I'm tired of what I'm seeing. I'm tired of it. But it's the same old thing. So it's like, what else do I expect? Sixers will win next game. Brett was the reason we lost. I agree. Joel React after the game tells me he doesn't want to play in Philly. I have not seen it yet. Again, I hopped on right here after the game just talking with you guys. I'll definitely go back and look at it. Did he say anything bad or what happened? It's a combination. Joe needs to stop and they need to feed him in the post. He stopped going down to the low post, whether it was Brett's lack of urgency or whether he was just scared out of his mind because Brad Stevens knows how to adjust. This series comes down to coaching, and Brett hasn't shown me anything for 5 years. Couldn't put it better myself. Horford scores 15 plus will help as well. Yeah, Al played. I didn't think Al played too bad on defense given the matchups, but he's got to contribute more in the offense, and he's got to be on the floor at a different time than Joel Embiid. It will not work with them together. Been trying to tell you guys, but it's funny how that one person that used to be up in here, oh, you guys were all happy when Al went to the bench. They're not up in there tonight. It's crazy. I try to tell you guys. I wouldn't trust my bench guys either when you have to worry about Furkan stepping out of bounds when trying to shoot a go-ahead three. Isn't that crazy? The one shot Korkmaz hit, it didn't count. He shot it off 1 foot, and it was after the play. I hope we get swept so we can get rid of Brett quicker. This team with a good coach is going to be a championship contender. It's crazy, bro. We got to do something about the turnovers. We need better passing. I think Alec Burks should start over Shake. I thought the Sixers played with at least decent intensity tonight, but I will say in the first quarter, I think it was just the rust coming off, just, a lot of youth, a lot of guys who really aren't ready for the moment, and they were throwing bad passes. Embiid had like 3-5 turnovers in the first quarter. That was bad. I'm going to give smoke everywhere it's deserved, man. Smart locked up Korkmaz. He denied Korkmaz. Yeah, I saw that. And again, I don't get why we're trying a dribble handoff with Furkan Korkmaz. But at the end of the day, it's not right. Damian Hartley says smash the like button. Hey, everybody, we got 230 plus in the chat. Yay, hit the like button. Let's get up to 200 likes. Might as well, right? This is just game one. This whole series is going to be back and forth. A lot of heat up in this chat. I appreciate everyone in here. We only got 126 likes. Let's get it up, fellas. Unless we get Durant Irving back, we wouldn't get blown out. Losing, yeah. Tobias needs to drop 25 pounds. He needs to be more aggressive and step up and be the guy we're paying him to be. I know he's not going to be a max player, but he's got to step up more than 15 points. And he'll come back. Like I said, there's too many streaky players on the Sixers. Too many. Furkan could come back next game and hit 5 threes. Tobias could come back next game and have 25. Where it's too much off and on the Sixers. There's too much off and on, man. Probably be up on here for another 15 minutes. Get some comments, get some questions up in here. And again, I go live before and after every Sixers game. 236 in the chat. Hit the like button if you're in here. Doesn't matter what team you're from, man. We're just talking about the games, talking some insight on the game. So shout out to everybody. Shout out to everybody. To be honest, they should have done more plays for Joel. They should have. Feed the beast. We got rattled and they stopped going to him. And he started to just not go down low. Celtics 20-6 run, no timeout. Thank you. I'm going to remember that and write that down. What was it a couple years back when we played the Celtics in the second round? It was like a 17-2 run, I think. Something like that. Damn, that's crazy. That's a crazy stat. I think you were talking about the one I said, right? With the whoever wins the first game of a best-of-7 series between Sixers and Celtics, 12 out of 14 times, whoever wins the first game goes on to win the series. It's crazy. Only person who can make a pass to Joe in the post is injured. All they did was set a screen and they were wide open. Every single time. I literally watched it. And the only times they weren't open is when a guy like Matisse, who's a good enough defender, got back around and was able to get a block or something like that. But even so, Matisse, he jumped a few times. Joe jumped a few times. Just our defense is just bad in general. Just bad for what we were expected to be. Rob Dredden, appreciate you, bro, with the super chat. Means a lot, my guy. Shout out to you. Says, what's up, RB? Not going to start off by Dodson Brett Brown, but Brett Brown couldn't coach his dog on a 15-minute walk. I think that puts it pretty well, man. Brett Brown, if he had done the necessary things, if he had readjusted, the Sixers win this game, and it would have been huge. It would have been a huge adjustment for the Sixers and a huge game to come out and steal in this series. But now Boston has the upper hand. They got that advantage. You know what I mean? And now we're working from behind. Appreciate the super chat, my guy, Rob. But you're right. Brett Brown couldn't coach a 12-year-old, regular community basketball game. He really wouldn't. He will not adjust for anything, man. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Appreciate the super chat, my guy. It means a lot. I don't even know where we were at. Let's see. James Studley. Brett Brown doesn't see the simple things because he looks into things too hard. He makes it too complicated. He tries to outsmart himself when there's no need to. There's no need. Unbelievable, man. I'm a Celtics fan, and I forgot Tobias was even on the Sixers. That should tell you something. Double Tatum. I didn't see one double team in this game on a guy like Brown or Tatum. And I know it's hard because they have a lot of shooting. But I saw nothing. Even Daniel Tice was sitting outside. He was sitting outside. And I understand you're going to want to leave that guy open. But we were just giving him the shots freely. And if you're not going to come up, at least hedge. At least hedge. Because the Celtics every time saw that as an advantage. And they give the ball off to the ball handler. They roll around the screen, and our center is nowhere to be found. And it's a free jump shot. It's literally a free jump shot, bro. Crazy. Embiid needs to watch Moses Malone film. I agree. Someone said he needs a Moses Malone to kind of get him going. He's got to sit down with the coach, but I just don't see Brett doing that. I don't know what Brett goes over with these guys in practice. I just don't. I feel like we just play scrimmages all day. Kemba was awful, still had 20. Smart gave them nothing, still won. Bad sign, same for Hayward. I absolutely agree. Absolutely agree. Let's see. I said 40 earlier. I called 34 for Tatum, and he had 32, a playoff career high. I mean, what like the adjustments need to be made. Jay Rich was on Tatum to begin this game, and a mixture of him and Tobias. Jay Rich kind of held it down. I thought Jay Rich even played better than what I thought he would, but he's got to be consistent. He's got to continually shoot the ball well and in big spots. I felt like at a point in this game, Jay Rich was the only one driving to the rack when Shake Milton was too snake bit to shoot the ball. And again, 5 for 7 from Shake. I don't get it. Even if you're missing, okay, just keep shooting the ball. Keep shooting the ball, man. Crazy. 1,600 on the Celtics and Brown. Fire Brett Brown. What's up, RB? Tough loss. Not giving up just yet. Mavs Clips is a good game. 75-73. What's going on, man? Appreciate you being up in here. And I'm not giving up yet. I mean, tonight, if it showed me anything, it's that the Celtics can have an off game. But are we going to capitalize on the opportunity? Brett walks around like Tom Landry and coaches like Jim Boylan with a contending roster. It's unbelievable, bro. I mean, they think, is trust the process? Is that supposed to mean that we just keep everybody? Like, we had no problem shipping off player after player. Why couldn't we get the coach in here that can do something with these guys? Let's get the 200 likes. Hey, let's get it up to 200, man. We got plenty of people. We got 255 up in the chat, 260 up in the chat. Let's get it up to 200 likes, man. I keep it as real as possible. Shout out to everyone up in here. Sixers have no shot at the title, so don't be mad. Celtics were getting murdered on rebounds. They honestly only got out-rebounded by like 7. Yeah, 50-43. And What mattered is that the Celtics got the rebounds that mattered. They got ones where they could, contribute with second chance points. They were out hustling when our defense started to get tired. They ran in and got their own boards, and it made a difference. 210 viewers and only 124 likes. We got 260 viewers in the chat. Come on, fellas. Doesn't take a lot of energy. Just hit that like button. It helps out the channel a lot. That's why I ask people to hit the like button. But I appreciate everyone up in here. Celtics fan here. It was a rivalry game. Came down to turnovers in the early part and coaching in the fourth. Embiid should use his size more on JT. Absolutely agree, bro. Absolutely agree. Again, Sixers went on a 13-0 run at the end of the third quarter. Celtics were 0 for 9, missed 9 shots in a row. And at the end of the day, the Sixers go on a terrible drought in the fourth. No adjustments, ISO ball, and we shot ourselves in the foot. Do we even have assistant coaches? If so, what do they do? Whole team got to go. I see this one guy, Joseph Blair, who I talked about earlier this year. It seems like our guys talk to him on the sideline. Like, they don't even talk to Brett, to be honest. Crazy. Knicks fans, we missed out on Kyrie and KD. Me, I had to sit through Brett Brown being an NBA coach. Imagine that, bro. Imagine that. Like I said in the pregame, do you think Celtics fans have to worry about their coaching? Definitely not. Once we are a coach who knows what he's doing, we'll immediately become a top 4. Absolutely agree. I absolutely agree. Shout out to my guy, Rob Dredden, with another super chat. Appreciate it, man. Means a lot. I'm on here grinding late at night. Shout out to you, bro. Means a lot. Says Cheddar Bob is somewhere smiling at his dad, Brett. I mean, it's crazy, man. We are openly clowning this man, Brett Brown, and we are a playoff team, bro. We are a playoff team with playoff caliber guys. I'm sure even the Celtics fans up in here will tell you the Sixers have the most dominant player in this series, but they are just too smart. Their system, their coach is just too smart for us to do anything back, I guess. I mean, it's just like a recurring thing at this point. I don't want to beat a dead horse, but I'm sorry. It's just, I feel like I have it figured out. I feel like I have it figured out, man. Let's see. We're doing the dribble handoff with Cork because Brett thinks Furkan is JJ and spoiler. He's not. How many games have I been saying this, guys? I mean, I said to get Korkmaz out early if he's struggling. He didn't shoot the ball, and instead he tries a dribble handoff. Furkan is not JJ Redick. We don't have a JJ Redick, okay? It's not going to work. Why does Brett think that we can instantly just plug and play these guys and that it's going to work just like it has the last 5 years? It doesn't make sense. Brett Brown sat behind Greg Popovich and still did not learn anything. Nothing, bro. Him and Jim Boylan. Isn't it crazy? They must be like best friends or something. Going to need Brett and the others to not play. Keep away from Embiid when he starts 5 for 5 or 11. 5 for 5 again. I'll say this again. 5 for 5, 11 in the first quarter. And then 2 points in the second quarter on 2 shots. I mean, how do you explain that, bro? Really? Is there any way to explain that? Unbelievable. Sixers should just switch on the picks. A guard is coming at you either way. I don't know how many times I said this tonight. Not on here, but just in general. It's crazy. We go under the screens, right? And a guy like TJ Warren in the bubble games, first game, cooks us for 53. Should not happen. This game I saw is more so going over screens, but our guys just sit in the paint. Think about it. If I'm just giving you a free shot at the elbow and you're Tatum, Brown, if you're any of these Kemba Walker, what do you expect, bro? What do you expect? Isaiah T, appreciate the super chat, my guy. Means a lot. Shout out to all 270 in the chat. Appreciate the super chat, my guy. Says Stevie Wonder could draw up better plays than Brett Brown. If we had a good front office, our lineup would be Simmons, JJ, Jimmy, Tatum, and Embiid. Look, I appreciate the super chat, my guy, but you're giving me some pain, bro. You're giving me some pain, bro. Because the Celtics fan in here, the Celtics fans that are up in here right now, I know we got a lot up in here. They are honestly probably laughing at me watching this stream because they're like, wow, We had Jayson Tatum, and we traded back. And Markelle Fultz is irrelevant. Every guy associated with Markelle Fultz that the Sixers either got, including Fultz themselves, is irrelevant. Imagine if this team had Jayson Tatum, bro. I appreciate the super chat, my guy. It definitely means a lot. Up here grinding. We got a ton of people up in this chat. Shout out to you guys. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe. Isaiah T, shout out to you, my guy. Crazy. Let's see. Where are we at, bro? Where are we at? Hold up. We got another super chat, my guy. Jerry Cruz. Appreciate you, my guy. Says, can you stop calling him dominant when this guy doesn't have the heart to lead this team? Embiid is just going through the motions, bro. I can't agree with that, bro. Because I know Joe has heart. But what I also know Joe does not have is the belief. You know what I mean? Like, we've seen guys in this league have the talent, have the will to win. But they go to another team, another system that they believe in, and it comes out. Joe has it in him. And he's the most dominant player in this series. I'm sorry, you can disagree with me if you like. That's fine. We all got different opinions. But Joe is single-handedly the most dominant player in this series. But he doesn't believe in Brett. And when Brett is not making adjustments to help him out, he's kind of leaving him on his own island. He's saying, you do. I mean, really, you do you. Do what you got to do, man. That's just how I feel about it. But I definitely appreciate the super chat, my guy. Definitely means a lot. Shout out to you. I'm guessing you're a Celtics fan. But I appreciate everyone up in here, man. Appreciate everyone up in here. Let's see. Where are we at? Oh, yeah, this is what we were saying. The Sixers should just switch on the picks. It's crazy, man. They should honestly just come up on the picks, but I guess that's not our philosophy or whatever else we want to call it. Eric Orr says, I'm a Sixers diehard and a big optimist. I'm going to tell you now, if he wins 2 games in a series, it'll be an accomplishment. With Brett Brown at the helm, it's a wrap, fam. And us Sixers fans go through this all the damn time. It's the same old thing, bro. It's the same thing. He should have been going after last year. Had we lost 33% refs, 66% Brett Brown. I'm a Celtics fan. I'm honestly worried about losing Hayward. Apparently, what you guys were saying earlier with the whole crutches, it doesn't sound good. But hey, man, the Celtics will still find a way to be able to accumulate offense. And if we're just sitting back on the pick and rolls, I mean, you guys are going to be just fine. Thank you for, by the way, even the Celtics fans up in here that are giving objective points of view and just speaking honest. I appreciate you guys. We got 280 up in the chat. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe if you are new and enjoy the content of the channel. Corey says, as a Celtics fan, I really don't get some of the decisions that Brett Brown made. Slouching Joel off that hard in the pick and roll was moronic. That's, bro, I mean, we all know it. Our fans, opposing fans, isn't it ridiculous, bro? Isn't it crazy how we literally can tell what's going to happen? And us Sixers fans have been going through this for too long, man. Too long. It's time for a change. I'm tired of wasting talent. If our team, look, for you guys that are new to this channel tonight, I've been here for so long. I've watched this team through 10 wins and putting out Tony Roten and guys like down the floor. When we have talent, I would rather watch us with no talent and just know that it's not meant to be and that we're rebuilding, rather than having all this talent and just wasting it. Like, we're wasting 50 wins. We're wasting talent. We're wasting superstar talent. I'm sorry, man. It's just my opinion. Just my opinion. Gary says, I watch the Sixers forever. We got to get a consistent shooter. We really do. I agree. Brokey, my man RB is famous. 254 viewers. Remember when he had like 11 viewers? Hey, we're all new on this. We're coming up, man. Appreciate everyone. We almost got 300 up in this chat. That's crazy, man. Like, we got to at least get it to 200 likes, man. Shout out to everyone up in here. We got 150 likes right now. Can we get 50 more? Turnovers by the Sixers lost in this game. If I was Brett, I would make this Sixers team do passing drills for 10 hours tomorrow. That's a big part of it, man. But again, like, why wouldn't Brett Brown just stop things in the first quarter and say, yo, we got to pick it up? Like, I feel like when bad things happen with the Sixers, it's kind of like we just let them happen, you know? Like, we just let it go on, and when we don't stop things. We don't stop the bleeding, bro. I hate it. Raps fan here. Every time I watch the Sixers play, the coaching is atrocious. Throwing an assistant probably won't be worse. Hey, I mean, you're a Raps fan. You know about assistants, right? We had a guy named Monty Williams who, by the way, went 8-0 in this damn bubble. We had it, Monty Williams. But no, it's Philly. We let him go. You know, crazy. Max, the Sixers fan. Appreciate the $4 super chat, my guy. Means a lot for the grind, man. Just trying to improve this channel. Shout out to you. It says, fire Brett Brown. Like up the stream. Fire Brett Brown. Fire Brett Brown. I mean, this is, well, I'm about to call this like DJ Eastwood says, the Fire Brett Brown podcast, man. I mean, it's crazy. Max says, like up the stream. Appreciate the super chat, my guy. Means a lot for the consistent daily grind. Everybody like up the stream right now if you're up in here. Well, it doesn't matter what kind of fan you are. I try to keep it as real as possible. Shout out to Max, the Sixers fan. Woo, man, hour and a half strong. I mean, we're going to try to get up on out of here in like 15 minutes. And again, we will be live every pre and post game. So be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you are notified instantly when we come live and upload a video, man. Beatty says, no need to double Jayson Tatum. Just put Matisse on him all game. Tatum will have his way in certain situations with Matisse, but I agree. I would put Matisse on him all game next game. I mean, Matisse did not play bad. All right, he did not play bad. Where's Nancy Pelosi? Let's get her to shred Brett Brown's freaking play calling. Tell him, Rob. Tell him. I don't get it, man. I don't think he draws up plays. I tell you guys, I laugh at it, you know, as I'm just a crazy basketball fanatic. I laugh when I see Brett call a timeout with that kind of face, and he comes out, does his little track lap around the free throw line, and turns around like he's having a big football huddle, and you know, he's writing things down. I don't even think he calls plays, bro. It's crazy. Crazy. We just need to score consistently and play good defense. Yeah, I mean, it's easier said than done, but I agree. I'm pretty sure you would have championships if you had Brad as your coach. Shout out to Corey Klein, man. I respect that because I agree. I have, you know, foamed at the mouth for just an opportunity to have Brad as our coach or a guy like him, man. Man. Sixers could use JJ Redick. We could. We need a consistent shooter. Shake was supposed to be that guy. Furkan was supposed to be a guy who could contribute. Shake's got to shoot more. Furkan's got to make some damn shots. Matisse and Josh have to shadow Tatum all game. Josh did a good job on defense as well, man. Bashir Randall, what's going on? Says, what's up, RB? Your channel is growing. Appreciate it, man. Just trying to keep consistently grinding out here. Shout out to you. Sixers have the best player, but the Celtics have the next best three, and Ainge wouldn't trade Tatum for Embiid. I don't think he would either. Sixers in 6 or 7. Yes, it's better player against better team. Agreed. I agree. Brett said he wanted to turn Furkan into Ginobili. Did he really? Oh, man, it would not surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me. Brett isn't the reason JJ isn't here. I mean, Brett honestly left him out on his own island to get torched last year in the playoffs, and yeah, I mean, there were games where he didn't show up either. So Brody says that game was terrible. We should have won, man. We should have won that game. Tatum already dominated Sixers as a rookie. Now he's totally different beast, which is scary. So refined. What do you think of Embiid's conditioning? I don't think it's ever been where I wanted it to be. I did a playoff prediction for the rotation, and I thought Embiid would be able to etch it up to 40 minutes a game. I'm kind of regressing on that. I think Joel Embiid is honestly only going to be able to give you 36 to 38 a night. And he looked gassed tonight, even doing that. He's got to drop about 15 pounds and get a little bit slimmer. I still think he would be able to dominate in the paint. Drummer Boy says Brett should have used a small ball lineup longer from the third. Joel looked cooked in the fourth. Exactly. And we were on a 13-0 run. And as soon as Al got a technical foul, I mean, he just came out and did not see it till near the end of the fourth. The bar for Brett Brown is so low. I was all right with this game. Wow. At least the fourth quarter lineups made sense, which was more than I expected. Yeah, true. But like Drummer Boy just said, Joe was actually pretty gassed. Did you see Porzingis get ejected? I did not. I don't know what's going on. I've been up in here the whole time. Plain stupid to say Joe hasn't got heart. You may not know what heart is if you think that. Joe's got heart, man. Jerry says, I'm a Sixers fan, actually. Wow, it's interesting. So you don't think Joel Embiid is the most dominant player, but you're a Sixers fan. I think he is. Watch the podcast with Jimmy and JJ. He talks about the lack of leadership in Sixers coaching staff. Didn't even know who was in charge. I watched the whole thing and I agree. And he even talked about the point I said about how Brett tries to use the same offense with different pieces. And it happens. And he doesn't have heart, bro. That much is known with Embiid. I think he does. Bro, Sixers are trash. Celtics are, I mean, why even come in here and say this? Like, at least give some backup to your point. I mean, there's great Celtics fans in here. I mean, there are actually some nice Boston fans in here giving some good takes. As a Celtics fan, I'm concerned Embiid and Horford could be so dangerous together. Don't understand why they can't work. Both versatile bigs. We kind of got bailed out by Tatum and Brown tonight. GG. Respect to you. And I'll tell you why it doesn't work. Because of the spacing. Joel, when Al is down, like at this point, when you have those two on the floor together, they are two centers. And then you have Tobias and usually Ben Simmons on the floor. There's not enough space. And there's not enough shooting. You can't, I'm sorry, when Joel's on the floor, he needs to be down in the paint, manhandling everybody else. But when Al Horford's there, he's clogging up space and bringing another defender toward Joel Embiid. And Al Horford can't be a stretch big. I saw possessions tonight where Al Horford got a bucket, but they just can't do it on the floor together. That's really what I think. Chris Stapps ejected, called a charge on Luka. Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. RB, stop coming in my guy, Tony Roten. Hey, I mean, it's just, he's the first guy that comes to my mind. I mean, I can go at Michael Carter Williams, Hollis Thompson. I mean, Ish Smith, Isaiah Cannon. I've suffered through watching this team. And honestly, it was more fun because I didn't have expectations. But now I just feel like talent is being wasted, bro. I feel like it's being wasted. Crazy. Like up the stream. Hey, like up the stream. I'll give you a like if you admit. Look, come on now. You think I'm going to say that the Sixers are getting swept? They're not getting swept, man. Sound ridiculous. Eric Gar says like and subscribe. Hey, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you're new. Every game, pre and post game live streams. And I'm going to tell how it is, man. Not going to be one of those people. I'm not one of those channels where you just come up on here and, everything's all pretty all the time. No. Let's see. Embiid's conditioning is better, but it's not sufficient for what he needs to be for this team and the goal he says he wants to achieve. I absolutely agree with that. Absolutely agree. We almost got 300 up in the chat, guys. Hit the like button. Eric Gar says, every podcast I hear Embiid talk, he talks about playing video games all the time. Not saying he can't have a life off the court, but I can see why it doesn't take too much time to check out. That's actually true, man. I've heard him talk a lot. I just think that there's not that level of respect between the players and the coach, man. Fire Brett Brown says, okay, I'm back. Everyone's changing their name to Fire Brett Brown. I love it. LA Hawks, GG from a Celtics fan. Y'all are pretty tough. Respect to you, man. Shout out to you. And we just passed 300 people up in this chat, man. Shout out to everybody that's up in here. I know we got enough people to get this to 200 likes, baby. Hit that like. Hit that subscribe. We got 155 likes up in the chat. I know you guys are up in here and could take a second and hit the like button. It helps spread this content out. It helps make these live streams even more crazy. And it's going to get crazier as the games go on, man. It's going to get nuts up in here. I'll tell you guys. I'll give you guys something special. I'm predicting this series to honestly go 7 games. If this goes 7 games, I will do a live play-by-play reaction. I will figure out how to maneuver it. And we'll get up on here. I will go 8. Yeah, I'm not even going to say it. I'll go insane up in this chat, man. Embiid is the most dominant and hard to stop player, but he might not be the most determined, if that makes sense. I guess, but I also think he got tired out as the game went on. Just my opinion. All you need to know about how Brad Stevens feels about Al Horford hurting them, he put Jaylen Brown a 2-guard on him to start the game. Al Horford's got to produce more on offense, honestly. But I think Al Horford can still be an X factor as he's played with these guys for years and years. And Al Horford knows him inside and out. If there's someone that knows him, it's Al Horford, man. It's Al Horford. Celtics in 7. You'll probably hate me, but I'm a Raptors fan. I don't hate anyone, man. And as long as you come in here and you give objective, unbiased takes and we just talk, I'm not angry. I'm never angry or hate anyone. But if you come in here spamming and you just give points, but you don't give anything to back that up, then yeah, I mean, it's like, why? Like, we're all in here, we're cool basketball fans, and we're just talking about the game, man. That's what I like to do. And I know I'm going to keep it real for my team at the end of the day. Did I see Tatum do Joel's shoulder shake? Disrespectful. I didn't see that, but interesting. As a Celtics fan, Simmons getting out was very crucial. Brad Stevens' size advantage over all the wings. C's have been guarding Embiid the whole season, so I'd say the key is on Josh Richardson. Josh Richardson got to step up, man. He had 18 points, hit a couple clutch shots. We just need more. I feel like we need guys who can get to the rack whenever they want, and I just simply don't know if we have one. I mean, Alec Burks is honestly the guy I feel most comfortable with running the offense, and that's crazy behind Joel Embiid, obviously, but Horford minus 18 on the floor says it all. Nobody's even close at a negative rating. I hear you. But at the same time, I don't only look at that because, for example, Furkan had a +5 and he did absolutely nothing in this game. 7 minutes, didn't take a shot and got torched like 2 or 3 times on defense. So I don't know. How much did Embiid drop? He dropped 26 points, 16 rebounds, had 11 in the first quarter on 5 for 5 from the field and 2 shots in the second quarter. That should tell you a lot. Brett needs to start Thibault, gives consistent defense, but Horford, meanwhile, barely gets aggressive. I agree. Al Horford's got to come off the second unit. Who got the most points on the Sixers? Joel Embiid with 26, and then Alec Burks and Jay Rich followed up with 18. This is Embiid 101. Had to change my name to honor the clown. Fire Brett Clown. There you go. There you go. I also don't think Sixers can go small without BS. Sixers can go big and shooters with JR as main handler. If JR can win over Marcus Smart, they can take this series. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. The Sixers can win this series. They absolutely have the talent, but it's about our coaching, and the Celtics always outcoach us. Do you ever feel like the ownership is like Knicks tier bad, such a disappointing team with all the great pieces we have in place? I wouldn't say we're like the Knicks, but our ownership definitely sucks, and they got to get up on out of here. They got to get up on out of here. We could have had Tatum, but we could have had Giannis instead of Mike Carter-Williams and Porzingis instead of Okafor. Crazy. Only way we're going 7 games is if RB wears a Neto jersey for 3 games. Hey, I got to get the Neto jersey. I just don't know if I want to waste my money because he stinks. Let's be honest, Embiid is not conditioned enough to carry a team. Well, you make a fair point. I'm not gonna lie. Horford has a disappointing season. You need a new coach. I'm a Warriors fan, so I get to watch everyone else till next year. But I've been noticing some things from y'all. I appreciate your insight and tuning in and everything. Shout out to you. Burks, J. Rich, Thibault, Toby, and Embiid. Shake, Scott, Horford, GR3 off the bench if he's back. GR3 is another one. We're gonna need him. We're gonna need him. It hurts. Brett Clown always gets out coached. That's always what the series comes to. Brad being Brett's daddy. Really, that's honestly what it comes down to. It's crazy. I keep expecting more from Embiid being the most dominant player. He hasn't delivered yet when it matters. Again, I know Brad Stevens made the adjustment, and I knew he was, but I just feel like Brett's got to help him out at least. I mean, he's your star player. You got to help him out somehow, some way, and even the other guys as well. These young guys will get accustomed to the series. They'll find their footing, but will it be too late? You know, they just look. Nobody on this team wants to step up and take the big shot, and that's what I see. Chris says, in typical Sixers fashion, someday 1 to 2 key players on this roster will end up winning chips elsewhere. Thank you. Great comment. Great comment. It always happens in Philly sports. It always happens, man. Smart was pressuring so hard on Korkmaz that he had to go right back to the bench every time he came in. It's crazy, man. Their defensive intensity of the Celtics was there. I'll give it to them. The Sixers can win, but even if they don't, Embiid is my favorite player to watch in the whole NBA. Simmons is my second favorite. Enjoy the ride. There you go. I'm trying. When are you guys going to stop crying? Well, actually, I've been giving very objective, unbiased takes for the last hour 46. If you see this, there's like a little X button in the top right, whichever device you're tuning in from, wherever you're tuning from, you can gladly hit that and go carry on with the rest of your life. We don't need you in here. I mean, look at your name. It doesn't even say anything. Come on, man. You're probably a Brooklyn Nets fan. Thibault needs to start and not let Tatum get hot. I'm starting Thibault if I'm Brett next game. Last time we played the Celtics in the playoffs, it took to game 4. Yeah, game 4 when he finally made the adjustment and put TJ McConnell in. How about making an adjustment next game? Put Thibault in the starting lineup. Can you call me daddy? Yeah, if you drop me a couple $100, no problem. Come on now. You got to give and take. You know what I mean? Hey, my name's Mark. You think the sweep is coming Sixers? I do not. I do not think a sweep is coming. I still think this is going to go down to 6 or 7 games. If you're going to beat the Celtics, Joe needs over 40 points. True. And he was on pace for it. He really was. But again, he needs the help. We have to stop playing Boston style and use our advantages. The wings are better than ours, so stop matching small ball. I agree. And I also think that we got to slow down the tempo. And I think that the Sixers allowed Boston to speed it up when they wanted to tonight, to be honest. Neto thinks he's going to be the MVP next season. Isn't that crazy? Neto, come on in. Give us a solid 20 next game. Embiid literally needs a solid 35, decent Brett coaching, and more from Horford and Tobias, and we win multiple games. Yeah, but it's a lot to ask for, you know? As a Celtics fan, I got the Celtics in 6. Shout out to you, all the Celtics fans up here. We still got above 340 up in the chat, guys. If you could just hit that like button for me, helps spread this content and helps get these live streams even bigger. We're on our way to 200 likes up in here. Appreciate everyone that came out tonight to talk some Sixers and Celtics. Read some more of these comments, and then I'll see you guys next game for the Sixers pre and post game. But we'll definitely keep reading some comments here. If Gordon is out for a few games, it's huge for you guys with the lack of scores after the starters. Yeah, the Sixers could definitely take the next 2 if Gordon's out, for example. Sixers in 7. Ben Simmons is better than people think. I agree. I'm a Ben Simmons guy. I think he gets a lot of hate, even though he's an all-star without a jump shot. But again, we need that coach to get it out of him. And I don't know. Do you think that foul was a flagrant? Absolutely not. I'm sorry. I'm just keeping it real with you guys. I understand the flagrant call because he kind of skimmed his face. But at the same time, I don't think that was a flagrant by any means. I don't think they should have called it. This is rough, physical playoff basketball. So I wouldn't have called that a flagrant, but I understand it, I guess. But the refs, honestly, were not that good tonight. They were not good. Rosario's gentleman sweep. Kemba has to play a lot better, to be honest. He does. And I'm telling you, the Celtics should be licking their lips knowing that they got out of this with a win. They really should. Kemba has to play a lot better, to be honest. Oh, yeah, I read that. Damian says, love your glow up, homie. Since you started the pre and post game, it's been popping off. I appreciate it, man. Like someone said earlier, you know, we were in here for a while with 10 viewers. Now we're up a couple hundred, man. It's only going to get bigger. Shout out to Damian, man. I know you said you're a Celtics fan, but I appreciate everybody's viewpoints up in here and everybody's takes. So shout out to everyone up in the chat tonight. Not going to lie, I feel like Horford's about to start playing real good. He seems pissed and wants to prove himself against a team that didn't re-sign him. Look, I honestly could see a little bit of chippiness going on with him and the Celtics. But I think there was that stretch in the third quarter where I did see that out. Someone said in the pregame, you're going to see playoff Al because this is what he does. He doesn't do it in a regular season, but he steps up. I saw it for a little bit. I saw it trying to come out, but then he got taken out of the game. So Kemba went 0 for 5 from 3 and was gassed. Still made a big difference for them. He'll get 30 next game. Yeah, I could see the Sixers kind of shifting over to Tatum and Jaylen Brown, and Kemba goes off or another guy goes off, you know? We'll see. We'll see. Lee Mason, what's going on? How you doing tonight? Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the Fire Brett Brown podcast. Nah, I'm just kidding. But, hey, man. As a Celtics fan, I respect the honest answer, but Celtics in 5. I don't know. I mean, can the Celtics fans, do you really think you're that confident after tonight's game? I'm not saying the Celtics aren't going to win a series because I did pick them in 7. But are you guys really confident with what you saw tonight? But again, you know, coming out of this game with a win is crazy. It's crazy. Joe doesn't need 40. Tobias has to match Brown's output for them. He's so soft. No dog in him. I've been saying this for a while. Obviously, Tobias is not a max player, but you play almost 40 minutes and you come out with 15 points. You're getting paid big bucks. I mean, I'm sure everybody's eyes in the locker room are looking at Tobias Harris. Like, what the hell, bro? I mean, come on, man. Crazy. Shout out to Julian, my mods up in there. Got that weirdo up on out of here. Shout out to all the mods. Shout out to the channel members as well. I did drop channel memberships recently. If you guys want to check those out, we're up to 10 members now. So shout out to you guys. Julian says, George C., to be honest, a bag of chips could coach his brain. I think I could coach his team. What you guys think? I really think I could. I mean, I really predicted a lot of things that happened with this team. Horford's flagrant would be a joke in the 90s. Yes, I'm an old head. It's crazy. Even Ala Abdelnaby, the announcer for the Sixers, literally was on there and was like, you know, that's how we used to say good morning back in the day when I played. It was not a flagrant, bro. It was not a flagrant. I'm just saying. We got 370 up in the chat, fellas. We got 370. Hey, hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you're new. Shout out to everyone up in here. Every pre and post game, we are live for the Sixers. We're 30 likes away. Can we get up to 200? And then we'll get up on out of here. It's been a nice 2-hour post game. I mean, I'm exhausted, but I love talking to Sixers, man. And I love hearing both sides of the equation. Every game is going to get better, man. Bush, you skipped over me. Look, man, I'm trying to hit all these comments. There's a ton of comments coming in here, man. So just comment again if I don't hit it, man. Rockets fan, what's going on? Appreciate you being up in here. What's going on? As a Celtics fan, I think you guys could take a couple games, but if Tobias or Horford doesn't step up in Ben's absence, then it's going to be a lopsided series. I agree, and I respect that. Somebody needs to pick up Simmons' points. Which Sixer could be given the green light? That's a good point. I honestly think it has to be Jay Rich or Alec Burks. Alec Burks has been doing his thing. Jay Rich has to stay consistent, man. Let's see. Ben Simmons, monster on defense would have been Brown or Tatum. Huge loss on day. Absolutely great. That's why if Ben Simmons was in this series, I honestly would probably give the Sixers the nod, just given our size and length. I do think it does play better in the playoffs. But But Ben Simmons is a huge loss, man. Huge loss. As a Celtics fan, the Sixers' next chance of winning a game is game 2 with no Hayward. Celtics shop the same, but even if that happens, need to give Embiid the ball in crunch time. I mean, thank you. I mean, I've been saying this all night, man. It's unbelievable. The lack of adjustments. 100% a Ben Simmons fan. Dude's going to be a top 10 player in minimum of 3 years. I agree. Eagles are garbage. You're garbage, man. Is that the Washington no-name team I see on your picture? Stop it, bro. Stop it. Honestly, I feel like the Sixers are the Celtics' biggest threat. I could agree, man. I honestly might agree with that. Man was spamming. Yeah, get him up on out of here. Bunch of weirdos up in the chat. Happens when we got a boatload of people up in here, but shout out to the mods, man. Shout out to the mods. We got 6 dislikes as well. Shout out to all the dislikes. Bunch of weirdos. Yo, RB, was good. Drew 210, what's good, bro? What's good? Series isn't going 7 because we have closing. You guys can't shoot at all. We played bad, but you played worse. We had a chance to win this game. Our coaches didn't adjust, man. Your only thing you're losing because you don't have Simmons. Remember when the Celtics beat you guys without Kyrie and Hayward 2 years ago? Stop me. Bro, I mean, this is like the most idiotic comment I heard all night. I literally said the Celtics are a better team. The Ben Simmons being in this game probably would have helped the Sixers win this game. I'm not making any damn excuses. If anything, I'm putting my guys out on the front line, and I'm telling it how it is. I'm telling it how it is. I mean, you want to talk about that? How about this season when we all played healthy on opening night? I mean, if any, like, you got to keep it real on both sides of both sides of the spectrum, man. I mean, come on. You're talking about 2 years ago, comparing it to right now. These are different teams. You're an idiot. Idiot. Celtics announcers were also shocked it was a flagrant. That's interesting. Interesting. Mr. Dude, what's good, bro? What's good? Appreciate you up in here, man. Sports fan all day says I disliked. I mean, it seems about right looking at your picture. I mean, I'm glad you did. I'm glad you spent your time coming into a chat to dislike it, man. Shout out to you. It was a flagrant in today's NBA, but I don't like the call in the playoffs. I don't either. Like I said, I understand because he got hit in the face. But yeah, man, I feel you. Does anyone know when Ben is coming back? I don't know if he is, man. I don't know. Burke, Richardson, Tobias, and Embiid all got to hit over 20 to push this to 7. See you next game. Gonna watch Eastwood. RIP Brett. Shout out to you, my guy. Shout out to you. Football is a good sport. Celtics bench was horrible today. Expect Kevin Smart to play better. Yeah. Do you think Ben will get traded to the Cavs? No way. Not happening. Donkey of the day goes to Iffy, right? I mean, imagine, bro. Imagine coming in here to say that. Should have just said nothing. No, he's not getting traded, especially after what happened tonight. Do you think they'll trade one of Ben or Joe, or do you think they'll give it one more try with a different coach? I think they have to try it with a different coach, man. I do. It's inevitable. Because, like, at this point, it's like, why even go through the process if you're going to try it all with a guy who really can't win with those fellas, you know? Philly sports fans are the worst. Hashtag Celts. I mean, I'm up in here trying to keep it as real as possible. I don't think I'm a terrible fan. But look, I respect your opinion. Looks like a nice photographer took that photo for you. So, I mean, if that makes you feel good, man, shout out to you. Let's see. Brown really thought this was Space Jam with his acting. Crazy, bro. Crazy. Yo, I mean, he was grabbing his face. He was not hurt. He got right up and he was fine. He was fine. What would be the best trade that the Cavs could offer us for Ben? Literally nothing, man. They don't have anything I want. Sixers went from 973 in 2016 to a successful season this year in just 4 years. Go Sixers. We did. I mean, we've had 50-win seasons 3 years in a row, but we got superstars, and it's time to elevate them to that championship level. And Brett's not going to be the guy to do it, man. He's not going to be the guy. At least 3 seasons with a different coach. Yep. Wait, you're good YouTuber now, one of my favorites. I subscribe. Appreciate you, Lee Mason. Shout out to you. Much respect, much love. Philly, the city of losers. Go Celtics. JT's and that. Hey, remember, I don't know if you're a football fan. You remember that score of 41-33? Imprint that in your mind real quick. Stop being biased, bro. I mean, it's people like this. It's people like this for the good Boston fans that are in there. It's people like this that make you guys look bad. It's why a lot of us hate you guys, because of people like this. And I understand there's bad Philly fans as well. But it's guys like this. And guys like this as well. Learn how to spell, bro. Learn how to spell. Terrible. Sports fan all day. I reported you, bro. Reported him for not having enough knowledge to be up in this chat. And it doesn't take much to be up in here, to be honest. Good stuff, Mr. Dude. Good stuff. Get him up on out of here. Bunch of weirdos. 10-72, right? Crazy, y'all fans are the worst. Now you want to trade Ben. It's people like this that make the Boston fans look bad. Not all of them are bad, but it's guys like this that make them look bad. These losers pull up to random streams just to troll. That's what I'm saying. It's 11:40 at night. We're literally about to get up out of here. And this is what they do. This is what they do, bro. Al left the Celtics because he didn't want to play in the paint. Comes to Philly, struggles to space the floor. Do you think that's really why he left, though? I don't know. I don't know. I feel like there was just a weird situation in that locker room last year. But you guys know more than me. Start, bench, cut Simmons, Tatum, and Siakam. Man. I'm a Philly guy, so I'm honestly rocking with Ben Simmons all the way. And I think once he gets a jump shot, he's going to be one of the best. So I got to start Simmons. Well, it depends on my team, but I'll say start Simmons, bench Tatum, and cut Siakam. Tatum's not a bad player by any means. I just want to see the comparisons between these guys in about 3 to 4 years. So imagine being a Celtics fan. Y'all are all trolls. Where's Jimmy J? Are you guys in a posse with him? It's so funny, man. It's so funny. Likewise. Shout out to you, man. We still got 360 up in the chat. It's crazy. Biggest live stream I ever had, man. If you guys have not yet, if you could just hit that like button for me. Let's get it up to 200. Hit that subscribe if you're new, man. We'll be up in here every pre and post game. Shout out to you. Hey, man, what's up? What's going on, Hassan? What's good, man? Donkey of the day. Yep. Every fan base has a loud minority that makes everybody else look bad. I agree, man. We all got fans like this. It's crazy, man. But those kind of people are the reason. And I know there's, like I said, there's some in Philly as well. But Priscilla Grant, what's going on? How you doing? Hit the like. Yes, sir. And shout out to Sean McQuestion, channel member with the fire emojis up in the chat, baby. As a Celtics fan, I love people that hate the Celtics fan base. Look, I hate the Celtics. I hate the Raptors. I hate all our rivals. I'm going to talk my smack when I have to. But at the end of the day, I got to keep it real. I feel like that is my priority. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to come in here and be one of them channels. Everything's going to go right. We're going to win the championship every year. No, I'm not like that, man. You got to keep it real, bro. Let's see. Some Celtics fans talking smack like they're going to win it all this year. That's some dude commented on my video yesterday. And he was like, yeah, you know, Celtics are the best team in the East. We're winning every, like, come on, bro. Come on. No offense, but how did the sad Kawhi shot last year make you feel? Just your opinion. Look, I wasn't on YouTube yet. I just started 8 months ago, but man, I just kind of put my hands on my knees and I was sick to my stomach knowing how hard we played. Honestly, the series shouldn't have come down to that, to be honest, but it just made me feel sick to my stomach because I knew if the Sixers won that series, we had a chance of going all the way and winning, to be honest, man. Just my opinion, but it was devastating. Kawhi carried that team and beat us single-handedly, man. He left for the cash. I got you. I mean, I thought there was kind of like a little, I don't know if there was like a little, you know, going out in that locker room or what. I just know things were weird last year. And Brad's team has got a lot of heat as well, but I still think he's an amazing coach. So glad I could help. I'm going to get up out of here. Appreciate you, my guy. Shout out to you. Celtics weren't paying out that much money. We have other priorities. Still love Al, though. What do you think we should do with Horford? I think he should come off the second unit. I don't think him and Joe can play together. We could have a stacked second unit with Alec Burks and Al Horford, but it's got to be managed right. It's got to be managed right. Hey, Mr. Handsome Man, shout me out. I'm in Marwai City. I'm watching you. Shout out to you, Hassan. Shout out to you, bro. It's all Jimmy J's distant cousins. Jimmy J's actually been a little bit more realistic lately because I kind of put him in his place last time. But ever since he made that terrible comment where he was like, you can only look at the last game, the one game they beat us this year. I put him in his place, and he's been okay ever since. Fly, Eagles, fly, but I'm a Celtics fan. I support your channel all day. Shout out to you, man. Hey, at the end of the day, whether you're a fan of a Philly team, whether you're not, I respect everybody, bro. And I'm hoping to do this every single playoff game, get a lot of good takes up in here, but shout out to you, bro. Who do you want if you were to trade Ben? I don't want to trade Ben, but if I had to, I want a superstar guard, honestly. Can't lie, they definitely make us Celtics fan look bad. Huge dislike to all of them, but I'm Celtics fan. Enjoy watching the game. You guys gave us a good fight and think the series will be good. I agree. No hate, but I don't think Ben will ever shoot a consistent jumper. I don't think he has to be a solid player in the league, but if he wants to be one of those top guys in the league, I think he needs to, and I just don't think Brett is hard enough on him to get it out of him. Just my opinion, but Jaden 2006 LeBron. Yeah, that's what we'll take for Ben Simmons. That's funny, man. Almost up to 200 likes. Shout out to everyone up in the chat, man. Appreciate you guys a lot. These trolls don't get it. They think they're trolling, but they're just helping the stream get more views. Hey, man. I mean, we almost hit 400 views up in here. It's crazy. Trolls don't understand, bro. They sit on 4 devices and they're just Twitter fingers, baby. Celtics fan here. We're not all that bad, but don't bring up football when we have 6 rings and clearly are the greatest dynasty ever. No, I'm just saying, man. It's just like he's saying that he said like Boston was the best and they just completely own us. I'm just saying in recent history, we did win a Super Bowl. I'm just saying. Boston fans, a lot of them are spoiled, but some of them know how to stay humble. So, I mean, I respect a lot of them. I respect all fans as long as they bring objective points of view and it just have a conversation. You know what I mean? We're not a bad people, but the Boston fans that want to go online. Sixers will not get swept. Celtics will hit the canvas before the fight is over. Philly will stand up. Let them know, Diallo. Hey, look, tonight hurts. Even though I picked against us in this game, I thought that we had a chance to win this one. But damn. Look, I'm still going to have my energy come next game. I'm still going to have it, bro. You think anybody in the East can realistically beat the Bucks? I think Toronto can. Just the way they play their defense, to be honest. Thanks for your opinion. You just got yourself a like. Shout out to you. Much love. Much love. Appreciate it. Appreciate it a lot. Hit the subscribe if you'd like to. If you like the content. If not, it's all good. Celtics fans, Embiid has a Facebook page. Tell them what you think. Do us Sixers fans a favor. Stoke the fire. Oh, man. Biggest blow was losing JJ. Him and Embiid were different. JJ said it himself in the podcast that people were talking about. JJ said he'll never play with a guy like he played with Joel Embiid, man. You know what I mean? So he literally said like he'll never have that situation. Joel or JJ was the first time he missed the playoffs. Al's never missed the playoffs. Just throwing that out there. But I agree, man. I really like JJ in his system. I just think that Brett tries to use Furkan like he's JJ, and it just doesn't work, you know? Go Celtics, we dominate you in the all-time series. I'm back. I can't get off the stream. I'm an addict. Shout out to you. I mean, we still got 375 strong. It's almost midnight, fellas. I always say we're going to get up out of here, but then you guys just bring amazing, like, insight, and I just keep talking. But in a few minutes, I'll give my final takes on this game, and we'll be back in 2 days for pre- and post-game. So JJ was trying to bounce season before to go to the Pacers. You need TJ McConnell back. I miss TJ. Tatum's the real deal, and that's a fact. I'm not saying he's not. Tatum's a great player. I just think Ben is also going to be a very, very impactful player. But I don't know. He's got to shoot the ball, man. Love from Boston, by the way. Shout out to you. Much love, much respect. Appreciate you. It's funny when you run up 2K and Al Horford said he left for the young core. I'm trying to skip through. I know he left for the bag. J2K, do you miss Jimmy Butler? Absolutely, 100%. Not only was he a skilled guy on the court, not only was he the guy that we could give it to in crunch time that would hit a big shot, but Jimmy Butler did what Brett Brown was supposed to do and has never done, which is hold the players accountable. And that's why I miss Jimmy Butler. There was just a different feel on the floor with Jimmy Butler. You knew who was in charge, man. And I'm not saying that Joel wasn't at times, but it's just like guys had that respect for Joe. I feel like we don't have a guy like that. Is it safe to assume that this is the Brett Brown going away party? This is. This is. I mean, he's playing for his job. But again, I don't see a way that he stays. Like looking at this team going forward, I just can't really see it, you know? Paul Pierce looking like, oh, I think this series, of course, Paul Pierce is, of course. Great player, but won't be the best in the league. Boston owns Philly. You got one more comment, Bobby. Shout out to Julian, man. Shout out to Julian. Sorry for the people from my city bothering. It's all good. At the end of the day, it's a bunch of talking smack back and forth, but I appreciate people like you that can keep it real. But 1 and 3 is owning us. Bro, you have 375 live viewers. Run It Back podcast. My guy DJ Eastwood. Shout out to him up in the chat, man. Shout out to you. Hey, it's crazy up in here, man. This is the biggest stream ever, but I'm expecting it to get even bigger as we go on. I'm out, bro. See you next time. See you next stream. Have a blessed day. Appreciate you, my guy. Have a good night. How you pick against your own team? Sad. And see, this is, again, I'm guessing this is a Celtics fan, and it's sad. People like this. How do you pick? Look, I'm being as real as possible. I'm not going to be that guy to just come up on here and sugarcoat everything. I'm not going to be that guy. I mean, it's just sad. What's really sad is that you did not even capitalize your last name. That's really sad. And you think you can talk basketball. It's crazy. Joel can't handle the double teams. False. He can handle the double teams. He works through double teams. Brett Brown can't handle making a simple readjustment, man. What coach would you want? I want a guy with a lot of experience. I don't know exactly who, but a guy that it's very tough and there will not be any BS. I don't want a fresh young head out of college or something like that. That's just my opinion. Almost at 200 likes. Keep it up. My new favorite stream. Shout out to you. Hey, let's get it up to 200 before we get up on out of here. We got 185. We need 15 more likes up in the chat, man. Run It Back says, Brett doesn't have it. Clearly has no clue what he's doing. Went away from Embiid, Tobias ISO, etc. Terrible. All things that I preached early on. But, hey, I'm going to go ahead and get my final takes on this game. Look, man. At the end of this game, I will harp on what I said near the beginning. I picked against the Philadelphia 76ers in game 1. But at the end of the day, this was a game in reach. But after Joel Embiid goes 5 for 5 with 11 points from the field in the first quarter, he shoots 2 times in the second quarter. All right. Brett Brown does not know how to handle an adjustment from Brad Stevens. They started to literally choke out our shooters, and our young guys didn't want to step up and take the opportunity. Too many turnovers, 11 in the first 18 minutes, a sloppy first half. Things have to be more crisp. Things have to be on point. And in the end, when the Sixers go on a 13-0 run and Boston misses 9 consecutive shots at the end of the third quarter, the Sixers had the game in reach. Boston should be happy because by no means did they play a good game tonight, and they still came out on top. So as we got to the fourth quarter and we go on a 5-minute drought, the lack of urgency from the Sixers, a lot of iso ball, like DJ says here. Tobias iso ball when we need a crunch time bucket. Alec Burks can't even get a screen set for him. Those are the kinds of things that lost this game. Brett Brown was out coached. Guys like Furkan did nothing, and Shake Milton still needs to step up and shoot more. Tobias Harris, a guy we're paying to be the man, fell when we really, really needed him, and he's got to be better. We just have, we have a lot of ands, ifs, and buts on this team, but we need consistency. What this game showed me, especially with Gordon Hayward going out, is that the Sixers can win games in a series. They can win. but it's all about capitalizing on opportunities, which we did not do in the situations we needed to. We came out with intensity, but I felt like the Celtics wanted it more going down the stretch. And at the end of the day, the Celtics should be happy, and the Sixers got a rebound. But if I'm Brett Brown, I'm telling my team, we were in it all game, and we went on a run. We can win games in a series. So I'm going to expect the Sixers to bounce back in game 2. Again, we are live every pre and post game throughout this series. So shout out to everyone up in the chat, man. 370 still rocking up in here. Hit that like if you guys are in here. Let's get it up to 200. Sub to the channel. We need 8 more likes up in here. Shout out to everybody. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. Appreciate everybody up in here, no matter where you're tuning in from tonight. Let's see. Damian says, to all my Celtics fans, chill with all the overconfidence. We barely scraped out a W. You're embarrassing us. Thank you. It's people like this that I enjoy. Even though they're from a different fan base, I can have just a normal conversation. This makes it a lot of fun, you know? Run It Back podcast, like the video. Shout out to my guy. Any Boston fan that says they respect Philly, city of losers, is not a real fan. That's ridiculous, bro. That's ridiculous. You probably don't know what winning is if you hit it upside the head. You're probably not even from Boston. And you still haven't capitalized your last name, so. It'll be Simmons, Tatum, Doncic, Giannis, and others in a few years running the league. I think after the Jim Boylan and David Fizdale firings, BB is officially the worst head coach in the NBA. I agree. Because a lot of these other guys, they don't have a lot to work with. Brett has a lot to work with and doesn't do a lot with it. You almost lost to us without Ben Bobby scared, bro. He's scared, man. He's rattled. Guys like that just make them look bad. And guys like this, too. Raptors fans most annoying for thinking they're going to repeat, and I'm a Sixers fan, not Boston. That's crazy. You come in here and say things like that, and you're a Sixers fan, bro. I mean, you might as well go be a fan of, like, the Memphis Grizzlies or the Cavs or something. We don't even need you, bro. Who's going to Eastern Conference Finals? Man, I don't know. I got to see how these series play out, to be honest. But Sixers should trade Horford. Anything we can if we can get him out of here, but it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard to maneuver. Woo, 5 more likes, baby. 2 hours and 15 minutes. Shout out to everybody, man. Mark Jackson, Kenny Atkinson, or Alvin Gentry. I wouldn't go with Alvin, I don't think. I don't know. I have to look more into it, but these guys could potentially be names. But again, I'm looking at a guy like Mark Jackson, a Stan Van Gundy, a guy. I mean, these guys know the game. You know what I mean? And they're going to get the best out of our players, so we'll see. Mavs lost to the Clippers. KP got ejected. Luka 42. Woo. I'd rather have Mark Zumoff as our coach, right? I'd rather have myself as our coach. Mark Jackson will rebuild the team's confidence, hold his players accountable, and lead. Exactly. I agree. I got us losing in 6. I'm going to be real. I picked the Sixers to lose this in 7, but I think it's going to be a very good series. I think we're going to see a lot more chippiness as it heats up, you know? Heat edits what's going on, says, what's up, RB? Appreciate you being up in here, man. Mark Jackson, Greg Pop, Jay Wright, and Kenny Atkinson. Jay Wright would be my guy, man, as I'm a Nova fan as well, but he'll never leave Nova, I wish. Greg Pop is my dream coach if we could ever prime away, but we'd have a lot to offer him, to be honest. Going to be real, guys, losing 6, but you never know, crazier things have happened. With everything wrong going on for the Sixers, you still had a legit chance of taking the game. Boston shouldn't get too cocky. Thank you. Thank you for being a realistic fan. Thank you. We enjoy them because they are realistic. Yeah, that's true. How do you see the series playing out? I put up a prediction video. I honestly think this is going to go back and forth. I really see this being a 1-1-1-1-1 series and probably going all the way down to 6 or 7 games, and anything can happen. But at the end of the day, I trust Brad Stevens more than I do Brett Brown in a 6 or 7 game series. So I really think Boston's going to win this series. It hurts me to say, but I think it'll lead to an offseason which we've desperately needed, of soul searching, of bringing a right coach in to coach these guys. And next year, I'm hoping this can be a scary team, man. RB, I'm pretty pissed that we lost. Yeah, I just heard. Much love from Boston. It's going to be a great series, and giving a sub. Shout out to you, Brendan O'Malley. Appreciate you. Hope to see you up in here. Horford actually has been playing with some grit and really well. Actually might not trade him yet. Yeah, it's just the contract that hurts. Paying him $100 million, to be really a secondary center. I don't think they can really play together like that unless we have a ton of shooting, unless Ben Simmons shoots the ball. But again, all questions. You'd rather have Jason Garrett as a coach, right? There's only one beast in the series, Embiid. Nobody's scaring on the Celtics. Tatum is a baby beast. It all comes down to supporting players. I agree. But Alec Burks stepped up. Matisse stepped up. Tobias needs to step up and be that guy, man. He needs to step up. Kyle Lowry was flopping. What's new? What's new with Kyle Lowry? We shouldn't get Atkinson, developmental coach. Can get you from the bottom of the standings to the playoffs, not a contending coach. I don't know. I would have to see probably a little more. Maybe you're right. Maybe he's not the right fit for Philly, given where we're at right now. But I do know that he took a team without a superstar and made them look at least decent. So I don't know. We'll see. Brett Brown's got to go at season's end, surely. Absolutely. I mean, he's coaching for his job right now, and he's probably already on the way out. Bradley Beal for Philly would be amazing. I don't see it happening. I would rather go with Buddy Hield, Zach LaVine, a guy like that. Even CJ McCollum, if the Blazers kind of fizzle out here, he could be he could look to be moved, honestly. The Blazers might split it up, but who knows? Bag of chips greater than Brett Brown. I think that's a good way to kind of cap off this night, man. I don't know how we'll pull this off, but hopefully we can fix the team in offseason. Only a couple moves. It's nothing crazy. The hardest part is working around how much cap space we have because we overpaid for Tobias. We overpaid for Al Horford. So we'll see. We will see. You did play good without Simmons. Yeah, we should have won the game. We should have won the game, honestly. Brett Brown needs to be fired. 2000 Sixers jerseys are my favorite. CJ greater than Toby. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I agree, Steven. The black jerseys are the best to me. Guy to look for is Shane Battier. Dude's got a great basketball mind, just has a feel for the game, how to play correctly. Another guy I've heard on the come up, to be honest. But me, I want someone who's been around the league and has done it, has been there, done that, knows. And I feel like Mark Jackson has honestly been, I'm not going to say disrespected, but not given enough credit for what he was able to do with the whole Golden State Warriors situation. But with that being said, appreciate everyone. We got 196 likes. It would be nice if we could get 4 more up in here, get it to 200. But hey, appreciate everybody up in here. Eric R says Dinwiddie would be a great piece for the Sixers. Mendez says, I can see the Sixers and Celtics go to 6 as a Celtics fan, but that's hard to believe because a Brett can't really adjust or doesn't really do good in situational moments. And I'm 100% there. I just think based off talent, based off our size, we could. But I agree. If we see the lack of adjustments like this in game 2, if the Boston Celtics come out and absolutely dominate us in game 2, I might end up saying the series is almost over at that point, just given the fact that, where else can we go if Brett's not going to do the necessary things to help this team win? Another coach, we probably win this game. Ben Simmons, we might win this game, but it's hard, man. We miss Ben desperately tonight. I agree. We miss him every time he's not here, and people want to bark at me for saying that Ben Simmons is a great player, but look, man, we missed him. Joel, JB, Al, Ben Simmons, JJ, if had same roster, Sixers in 6. Interesting. What about Kevin McHale? I don't want Kevin McHale. Based off how that kind of ended with the Rockets, Kevin McHale, don't get me wrong, I think he knows basketball, but I don't want a coach that is going to be in that kind of turmoil situation. You know what I mean? We need a guy who also will garner the respect of his players, but will also lay it on the line. And that's the kind of guy that I think we need. That's the kind of guy I think we need. We got 198 likes. Before we get them on out of here, 2 more people. Smash that like button for me. Let's get it to 200, man. Like Mr. Do says. Come on, get it. We got 385 up in the chat, man. Did Neto play any minutes? He did not. Thank God. All love RB to go. Future head coach right here. Y'all heard it first. Maybe the Sixers will come scouting me. Maybe Brett Brown actually watches these videos. Could you imagine if he goes on YouTube and is like, wow, this guy knows what he's talking about? But nah, man. Sixers are the future with the right head coach. Celtics reporter saying Gordon's injury is an 11 out of 10 on a worry meter. Wow. If Gordon Hayward doesn't play the rest of this series, say the Sixers get a guy possibly like a GR3 back, Well, it could get interesting. It could get very interesting. We got 201 likes. Shout out to you guys, man. I appreciate it. Shout out to everyone that came through, whether you're a Sixers fan, whether you're a Celtics fan, or whether you're just another fan up in here tuning in, listening to some basketball talk. David Blabb been saying he deserves to be back in the NBA. Possibly Gordon's injury, it's a wet blanket on their win. Without a doubt, Ben would be the guy for that series. Do you think Miami will win tomorrow? I think they take game one. I'm telling you, Jock Vaughn should be on the radar. Another interesting guy. But we got 390 up in here. We're about to get up on out of here, guys. Appreciate everybody that tuned in. 2.5 hours post-game live. Went over it all. Look, the Sixers are not done, but we got to rebound strong next game, and we got to make the necessary adjustments to win. But I appreciate everyone that came out here. Shout out to you guys. This was the best stream I've done, and I only anticipated getting better as we go on. I will be on here Wednesday before the game and after the game with all the insight, answering your questions, and just talking with the chat. But I appreciate everyone up in here, man. Hit that like button on your way out. Hit that subscribe if you're new, and make sure to hit that notification bell because YouTube doesn't like to send notifications out. So if you want to be notified and you want to be one of the first ones into the stream, get your takes and your questions answered, go ahead and hop right in here. But shout out to everyone, man. What a lit stream. With that being said, I'm pissed off about this one. We will rebound, and I'll be back on Wednesday. With that being said, RB, Philly take with RB. Hit that subscribe, hit the notification bell. Let's say goodbye to some of these people, man. Mr. Dude, happy for you deserve it. Appreciate it, my guy. Ryan Rowe, Philly Shad, Honey Bubba, not a Sixers fan, but good luck. Julian, shout out to you, man. Stay safe. God bless. Shout out to Mavs Network. But with that being said, RB, Philly take with RB. Appreciate you guys, and I will catch you on the next one. Peace.